Live. Welcome back to another Haunting Heather. I'm on time today. It's not 9:31. It's 9:30. It's 9:30 still. So today we're going to be going over, well, what we do every week. We're going to go over Heather. She's this is from her crazy live. And yeah, there's like 2 hours and almost like 2.5 hours. So I'm just going to get into it here once I find, there we go. I don't know why I did that. I just pulled this up. And yeah, I don't really have a lot of context. James Soroka came back this week. So everything, I've just been like swamped with him. So I haven't watched a whole hell of a lot of these. The agenda. Oh, no, I got to do bingo. I'll do a bingo card for you guys too. So the agenda today is going to be going over the stories and then the lives. And then that's probably it. I don't think we're going to be able to get into like any back stuff. Oh, maybe her like N-word compilation because she claimed that she never says that or something this week, I think. So she does. So I have a compilation of that. So I'll have to put like a disclaimer and stuff. And we'll do it at the end if there's time. And yeah, without further ado, because we got a lot to get through, I'm just gonna start it out. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I was just best say welcome to the broadcast, not James stream. So no James today at all. I'm not paying attention to him. I'm only recording him. I'm not listening to him. And that is that. I should actually make sure that. Okay. Yeah, that is that. So yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, Nicole. Hey, Addison. Yes. Hello. Stop here. Stay, Cheryl. Rand, how you doing tonight? Kenny, great to see you. T, good to see you back as well. Fly on a wall. How you doing? 44 under. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so just to keep consistent with my FTRs, Xavier and I are about to grab something to eat. I had a really shitty night of sleep, waking up numerous times in horrific pain. My back, my hips, all my bones hurt so bad. I'm 26 weeks pregnant, sleeping on cement in a tent, open 311 tickets since 2021.
Oh, that was one thing I see. So she was told the ticket was closed, but it's been closed for a while, I'm pretty sure. But she got really emotional about that.
In incredible pain and also incredibly nauseous. We're gonna go take a little walk and try to find some food. I miss.
Oh, and hello, BCG. I don't know how I didn't see you in there. Okay, hello, everybody.
My children, as you guys all know, I have regular contact with my children until they start fucking with me again. It's now been 26 days since Viviana and I have had a normal conversation that lasted longer than 10 seconds and 5.5 months since I've spoken with my daughter, Alexis. I speak to my son every day. So my son has been answering every day, but even I'm like, where's your sister? They live together. He's like, I don't know.
I don't know where my sister is. He just lived in. Maybe he doesn't want to tell you anything. It says, still in Portage Park. Never went back downtown after delivering goodies to my new babies on November 5th, 2023. Spent November 5th to 6th in River Grove, Cumberland area, and November 6th to 12th today in Portage Park area. I don't know why she's like telling us all this. She doesn't want to know. Doesn't want people to know where she is. Been in a 10-12 of the last 16 months, and I'm currently 26 weeks pregnant. So just like, yeah, same spoiler stuff she always goes through.
What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. Well, why isn't she answering the phone? I don't know. He probably just doesn't want to get involved or in the middle, but I think it's more than that. As you guys know, my situation has been incredibly corrupt. I've just been incredibly abused, and none of my constitutional or human rights have been upheld this entire time. So, like I said, we're going to go grab food, try to make the best of the day like we do every single day. I have
it's like Gary V touch.
Really no desire to do anything other than continue applying to jobs, checking on my children, and seeking some sort of assistance for this unlawful and unconstitutional, completely inhumane situation. And I have been relentless in following up and calling the city.
So let's read these. Because I think it says opted in for this and request for this. I guess just not. It doesn't say anything. You're just opting into this. I don't know why she's replying with Mayor Johnson. Your SMS is not recognized. That's not a good sign. So nothing. Doesn't say anything.
Here are the call logs for 311. Per Northwestern Hospital, they said, don't feel bad. 311 is the only city's shelter service. So no matter what shelter you try to get in, you have to go through 311. It's a must. They have not responded or placed us. Look at all of these calls I have. And I have been calling on and off for over 2 years, but consistently since August of this year, every single week.
Again, like the definition of insanity. Maybe switch it up. It's not working out. It's not working out, Heather.
26 weeks today. "26 weeks today. "26 weeks today."
All right, I may have recorded this politely.
Okay, so we're tracking energy. I'm just going to start making an update and making
Tracking energy?
one that says energy so that we could track the days. Today is November the, hold on, let me check. So just for the record today, and I know there's a lot of people who can identify with this and understand this. We've had 7 days, not a single argument. Everyone knows what's going on in my life, right?
I want to know more about tracking the energy, but okay. She's going to go off about Xavier.
I literally post an update play by play every single day. Okay. I'm 26 weeks pregnant. I refuse to take any sort of medicine because of all the times that they've dosed me through my meds and anything else, Tylenol, ibuprofen, etc., and so forth. I'm sleeping on the floor in a tent on cement. My hips are in pain. My back is in pain. And mentally, I miss my children. I have been bludgeoned, beaten, robbed, raped, left outside to die, starved for extensive periods of time, sleep deprived for extensive periods of time. When they came to save me after 5-6 days of not being allowed to sleep, I literally dropped to the bed and was raped. So this has all been reported to law enforcement, right? Xavier, for the past 16 months, has been my rock. On certain days, like literally black and white, like cold.
So like, pretty good talking about Xavier there, but now
and hot. I wake up with no warning, with nothing. I'm usually up like 5 or 6 times a night during the night, crying out in pain. Xavier is so supportive. So he could not be more supportive. Rubbing my back, holding me, could not be more supportive. Then randomly, out of nowhere, he turns into the most argumentative, abusive, crazy making, intentionally antagonistic person I can even describe. I move physically as far as humanly possible from him and tell him, get your things and leave. Go away. You are not my husband. I don't know who you are.
But what's he doing? He's argumentative? Like, is he just like fighting back because you're constantly belittling him and stuff? And then like he gets fed up from time to time and he's like, you leave me alone. And then she's like, I'm going to make a fucking Instagram video about it.
You are not going to rise my blood pressure, irritate my unborn child.
I mean, like, you get irritated by yourself. You don't need Xavier to get irritated.
Cause me to be in a state of stress and hold me here. Get your things and go. He talks over me. He accuses me of things he knows is not. So I just want everyone to know.
Like, she just, like, I don't know. She just ends the fucking videos like that and goes into the next one. Like, mid-sentence all the time. It drives me nuts. Questions he won. Whoa. 100,000% knows. He knows the answers to accusations that the real Xavier would never make in 100 million years. And they still do this on some kind of organized schedule. I'm going to track it here in an effort to better understand. I don't know what the fuck that means.
And we're going to put this into this energy folder, and I'm going to literally start tracking the dates so that I know who to go after, criminally. All last week, the only argument we ever had was when Xavier lied and said he was going to Burger King, which is 5 minutes away. I gave him cash. He said he was going to go grab us a burger each and took approximately 2 hours to get back. That's the only argument that we've had over the last week. No arguments. We've been productive, working, creating art, selling art, coming up with business plans, campaigning, etc., and so forth. This morning I wake up.
Etc. Oh, the fucking bingo card. Okay, so when he goes to get Burger King, what does that have to do with energy, though?
And from loving and supportive, he goes into insecure, little bitch type behavior. What do I mean by
little bitch type behavior? Okay.
Bitch. Making accusations against your partner that you know are not true. That would be like if you and I know each other for years and I ask you, are you a boy? When I know for a fact you're a boy. Like, that's the type of dumbass questions he starts asking me. Like, dumbass shit. And
he knows how to push your buttons, I guess. So when you pushed his buttons a bunch, all he has to do is ask if you're a boy, and that fucking sets you off, I guess.
Antagonize. We finally got.
Look, she cut off mid-sentence again. Heather, do I not know how to use Instagram properly? Like, I couldn't figure out how to get to like a full video of that, so I just assume it cuts off and she doesn't know how to use her phone.
Everything packed. It's like unbelievable. I'm trying to wear every single one of my outfits for at least 24 full hours so that I don't have to be in the laundromat every like 3 days because I don't have that many clothes right now and I'm pregnant and not that much is fitting me. I literally dirtied myself 3 times already. I'm a child. I don't know what the fuck. Was not able to see the girls, but I was able to see my son.
Stop to see them every week. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Grateful for that. So it's been a successful week out here in the northwest side of Chicago / suburbs. As I said before, I'm very grateful for any time I get to see my children, but they belong with their mother full time as they've been their entire lives. So have not given up on that. And we are heading back downtown after a quick Lunchable. And back to pick up a payment from Xavier, one of his clients who bought an NFT. And then who knows?
How do you sell NFTs on the street? Yeah, that's all online. What the fuck are you talking about? You got to go meet up with someone to sell an NFT. You don't need to meet up with anyone to sell NFTs. Does she know what an NFT is?
But I'll keep you guys posted. How's everyone else doing?
Oh, look at the date on this. This is when Dylan would steal and cheat and lie and leave me locked in the apartment with no food. Police are aware and I'm being oppressed and ignored in the street. Let's see what this is. I'm sad. I've always been a generous person. I've always been a generous person doing my best to help everyone. Who has Heather helped? I've never seen anyone be like, you know, that Heather Gillespie girl, she's crazy, but she helped me. So, yeah. I meet my heart. What? Everyone I meet. Okay. My heart I saw broken. I will try to smile through the tears. I will try to be brave and I will do the right things. And I offer my best advice and guidance to everyone I encounter so they can end up on the streets just like me in a tent. With Xavier, a man that I accuse of terrible things when I'm angry at him. But then when I'm not angry at him, he's like the best guy ever. So we're going to have a kid with him and try to take all his parents' money. And this is just going to freeze. I need to get the bingo card up anyway. So hopefully I don't have to read anything after that. I'm almost there, guys. I just have to get the stream up and then a dog daycare. I don't know. Oh, she's wanting to work for the dog daycare. Maybe. I don't know. I should take a picture of this. Okay. I need to put bingo. Not bungo. You're all ready. This is like
what a fucking miserable day. Oh my gosh. Xavier and I have been just in weird energy all day long. I'm cold. It must be 40, 45, and I'm already starting to lose feeling in my toes. You could see my nose is red. I'm not made for this outside shit. I'm just not. I'm also 6 months pregnant and incredibly tired of having to plead my case that I don't deserve to be bludgeoned or stabbed or raped or beaten or robbed, right? Like none of us do. We did not go back downtown. I'm literally just too exhausted. We literally made it less than a mile and I was like, fuck this, and came back. I don't know. Maybe we'll go tomorrow. Maybe not. Who really knows? 311 said, I haven't been forgotten.
Say a pair of scissors. when there's only one scissor. Random facts. It's impossible to touch your pinky
I don't know why she recorded this. I don't know why I didn't cut it.
finger with your index finger, especially with your right hand. There are at least 6 people in the world who look exactly like you, and there's a 9% chance.
Okay.
I probably walked away from my phone when I was recording that. That's why.
So I wake up every morning and I do the same thing. I first put myself into a positive state of mind by texting my children. Texting my children makes me force myself to not cry like a little baby, which is what I really want to do going into month 12 of being held in this tent.
I wanted her to put her hand back up because that ring looks like it's gonna like take her finger off.
We spent 4 months outside prior to when I got hired at Getir and getting us Airbnbs for the whole winter last year. And then February 15th, my Airbnb account was hijacked by I don't know who, some sort of hackers, and we have not found another solution.
Who would hijack an Airbnb account? Like, what would be the point of that
we can afford? That's $300 to $400 a week. So we have literally been in a tent since February 15th. We have filed numerous open tickets with 311, which is the city's shelter placement, and not heard back. So I just write on the wall because
Just wrote on the wall because I'm a maniac. You know, what does that even say? How can you see that?
Otherwise I
Post it? Something about posting something?
run out of motivation and hope. And I say this every morning. I read it. I will remain positive and hopeful for myself, my children, my environment. And then I just straighten up the area where I'm sleeping, which is just my clothes. I have a duffel bag back here filled with clothes. All my luggages have been destroyed. That's my backpack, my purse, clothes, my novel, some more clothes, and one.
So I guess she's like wanting people to see this and be like, wow, what an inspirational woman to be able to get up and just do this every day. And why hasn't the world given this woman what she deserves? Because she's crazy.
Laundry soap and some accessories for my makeup. All my production equipment has been stolen. All my yoga
What production equipment?
and fitness equipment has been stolen or destroyed. And this is literally everything I have left. A yoga mat, a sleeping
Would that not qualify as yoga stuff?
bag. Well, I bought both of the sleeping bags and the tent. But I gave that one to Xavier.
My yoga mat was stolen. Here's my yoga mat, guys.
And yeah.
My production equipment, even though I'm making the same kind of content still that I've always made for the past how many months? What kind of fucking production were you running before? Like, what are you talking about? Something online crime reporting? I don't know what this is. Do you know how many times I've filled online and made these calls to 911 or walked in to file or physically hand a typed out narrative with all of the reports and links to social media documentations to officers? More than 100, easily.
Okay, so I'm about to put up another video of the fucking bullshit.
Trying to get some work done. What? Doesn't look like you're trying to get work done. What are you talking about?
That I'm dealing with and have been dealing with since 2019. This is a perfect example of oppression. I've been working on a coffee table book. I've been working on this idea, developing.
What would you put in the coffee table book? This is a depiction of me being raped in the middle of the night by Xavier and mystery men that weren't fucking there. And what else could we put in the book? Fucking, this is the depiction of the time someone beat me with a tire iron. That also didn't happen. Or we could put in the walk to California. That could be like fucking 5 pages of the coffee table book. What is she putting in the coffee table book like, actually? Isn't that supposed to be like stuff you just look at, be like, wow, this is some nice stuff?
This idea for years, okay? I lost a lot of my artwork. I'm trying now to use Google Photos to share with Xavier the content that I want to use. And I want to layer it. I want to take captions. I want to take my poetry, my photography, my modeling, everything, and put it all together as a coffee table book. Watch carefully what Google Photos is asking for. This is not what Google Photos asks for. They give you the option to choose edit selected photos, and then they're refusing to allow me to go forward until I allow access to every photo on my phone.
I think you gotta allow access to all the photos if you want the photos from your phone to go on here. Am I missing something? Like, I don't think she gets an option. Then it's just like, okay, then you can't use Google Photos. Let me see what she's doing. Let me see if I can see what she's doing here. So she goes in and out of her fucking thing. She's just going in between apps. Okay, allow access to complete this action. So to give Google Drive access to your photos from this device so you can view something's blocked out there because she's ranting about nothing, and back up your photos. So you're not going to say, no, not now, and it's not going to let you use it. So they aren't preventing you from doing anything. There's two options, right? If option 1 doesn't work, why not just try option 2? What's on your phone that you don't want them to see it? Whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of it. And then she shows her photos, which, okay. That has nothing to do with anything. And then she's in her settings. And then she goes back to photos. And then she goes out and back in.
Okay, guys, I'm so excited.
No wonder it doesn't work, Heather. Oh my God. I don't know how she even puts these videos up. This is a wonder. No wonder she thinks she's doing so much fucking work, because it must be a lot of work just to get this done. This little thing here probably took like an hour.
Because the coffee table book is finally coming to life. I got the first 120 images. There's going to be more. I want to say it's going to be closer to like a 300-page book with some of my poetry and all of my photo shoots. Not all of them, but the most meaningful ones to me. There's some BLM stuff in there from when I attended some protests. So a little social justice, a little fun, a little fashion, a little family, a little of all the things that like save my soul from just death and like crumbling when I'm sad.
That's what I want to put on my coffee table. That's what the average person wants to put on their. What the? Okay.
You guys know that I do these photo shoots and I produce, create, and that literally like puts life back into my face and my heart and my eyes.
I guess when you live in a tent for so long and you don't have a fucking coffee table, you don't really know what would go on a coffee table at this point. Like, I'm just like, this is her idea. It went from solving homelessness and hunger, like world hunger, to a coffee table book. Like, how that's huge gap. Why can't you find a middle ground? Just a middle ground. Go get a job.
You know, the issues with lacks of communication with the people I love the most. So this is what like keeps me going, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I need this coffee table book just to see what the fuck it is. If a child tells you they're uncomfortable around an adult, please tell them no shit. Why does that need to be said?
Regarding that last post, also.
Okay, yeah. What about that last post?
Also look for signs. Like every single time my kids are quiet with me or they don't pick up the phone.
That means they're uncomfortable with you, and you should probably leave them alone.
We can't force our children to tell us everything, but we can be perceptive to their needs and changes in their behaviors. You guys.
You're in a washroom?
No, someone literally kissed the door of the restroom stall.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice the kissing mark.
Look at my baby.
Was it you, Heather?
I want to know why these disgusting fucking addicts.
Let's see what this says. I cannot stand a crackhead. Keep your pipes and your hot hands the fuck away from me. God, please remove this filth from my life. And I am currently resting in a safe area in the city where drug addicts do not hang out. Why are we being approached by crackheads while inside of our tent, our locked tent, working on my coffee table book? Because you're homeless living in a tent.
Continue to follow us. You can't be nice to these people. Gary V, You're out here. I want to tag Gary Vee. You're out here making these posts that you have deployed compassion on these addicts. And
Gary Vee do that? I must have missed that. I follow Gary Vee on my alt, so I can blend in. And Gary Vee, I've never heard him be like, addicts, you gotta have compassion for them. They have a lot of money we can get out of them. I don't know. Maybe he did. This is why she's angry.
blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I've moved my living space about 30 fucking times. And every time I do, these motherfuckers follow us and try to get us to do drugs or make a fucking nasty outward appearance as far as PR goes, that there's some drug use going on around here. We are in a good area. Get rid of these motherfuckers. I don't care what you have to do with them. Get rid of them and stop fucking intermingling people who don't have drug issues with people who do. That's how you fucking prevent drug issues from becoming a pandemic. Get rid of the motherfuckers with issues. Throw them in fucking sober living communities. Throw them in fucking rehabs. Get them away from people who don't have that issue.
Doesn't Xavier do drugs though? Xavier does drugs. She said Xavier does drugs.
I'm 6 months pregnant, being approached
by cuts off Heather Gillespie.
After sitting on the waiting list for...
Oh, here we go. So it says the same thing she always shows. This is like the same message. The same fucking message. It doesn't prove anything.
A very long time for a shelter. I receive a call at 5:39 a.m. or a text rather, saying your case has been closed. I call 911 and ask them to connect me to 311 again. So I have...
Why did you call 911 about this? You called 911.
all of double documentation.
For double documentation. Okay.
The woman answers and says, my case is closed because they tried calling me at 5 a.m. and I was asleep. I am 26 weeks pregnant, November 16th.
I thought we were on to 6 months now. Like, I thought she was just going about 6 months. We're back to the 26 weeks. I thought she was 27 weeks. Like, it was 27 weeks supposed to go, wasn't it?
Chicago. It is going to be very cold very soon. I said, I'm calling now 10 minutes later. She said that I need to start a new case if I want to be considered for placement.
Maybe because it was never open since that time. It just makes sense in my brain that would be a rational thing for the city to do. And then again, if like the city is doing this for 4 years, go to a different city. Try a different city even. That's what James Soroka. So what's this? Me calling 301 for the millionth time. Okay. I don't know how long this is going to be up for.
I don't have a voicemail. I don't have a missed call. I have nothing. They closed my case at 5:39 a.m. after opening the case in September of 2021.
It says, why are you people doing this? None of this is organic. The city of Chicago has shelters in the suburbs and what? The suburb? Oh my God. The suburbs have shelters. Why am I being kept outside in this tent and separated from my family?
I've been calling since September of 2023 every week. My father used to say to me, Heather, you have to follow up with these people. No one is just going to hand it to you. If there's a bunch of people who are requesting shelter, you have to stay on top of them. So starting September of this year, I began calling every week. Also, my father called and submitted a ticket for me to a landline number, his number. They don't want to help me. They want me to die in the street. I don't know what to do.
Why isn't her dad helping her? Like, I think that probably says a lot.
So for
Dad's telling her to go be homeless until 311 can help you. Maybe her dad is in like another country. I don't fucking know.
everyone who doesn't believe me when I say that they won't leave me alone, I'm going to show you guys something that I've not been wanting to put out there. I've never smoked crack in my life. I'm not.
Why are you bringing that up? What does crack have to do with anything? They use my business name emails. They register email in Dylan and Marissa's name. What does Dylan and Marissa have to do with anything? To my accounts, I apply to 40 to 100 jobs every month / average since 2019. They have destroyed my home, my car, my career, my peace over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's a lot of overs. And I don't know what else I can do. Why'd you open this up with I've never smoked crack?
Fat. I'm 6 months pregnant. I'm very much a fitness person. I have 3 beautiful children who I still have legal custody of. Never lost it. Just don't want to drag around in the streets with me.
Oh, no.
And I don't understand any of this. I don't know where these claims of fat, homeless, hooker, rat, pig, snitch.
Conger, you're supposed to be taking care of Soroka now. I told everyone to go watch you if they wanted to watch Soroka, but he's not live, is he? I don't think so. Unless he's tricked me somehow. But he's only that. He almost tricked me once, but that was a rare occasion.
Come from, and I don't know what it's going to take to make them stop. I also don't know how there could be any working government or working body of law enforcement. I report this over and over again. This is just since August. This is what my voicemail and text message inbox has looked like since 2020. 2020. On top of that,
She didn't show it. She didn't show the fucking voicemail inbox. All right, Heather. Okay, crazy lady. Yeah, I don't know what any of that had to correlate with each other about. Probably nothing.
Someone was literally fucking poking my boob, my under boob, with something that I'm allergic to create hives.
Maybe like bugs are biting you in the night because you're on the street in a tent. And why are you just showing us pictures of allergy pricks?
They look identical to this. Let me show you. Okay, guys, Xavier is gonna go.
Thank you, angels. The Hell's Angels bought breakfast today.
Look for food in an hour. If the sponsors are there. We're back by
There's some real life sponsors now.
the beach, as I said. Please don't mind my face. I just washed my hair for the first time in 2 weeks. Look at me. I haven't had Botox in like 6 months. I haven't had Juvederm in like a year. Oof. Rough.
It's okay, Heather. You're gonna survive. That's not something you should be even worried about.
Oh, someone help me, please. Whatever. I'm blow drying my hair. We're hungry. And so if someone could get us food, that'd be great. I'm sorry. Also, Xavier is available for work through my DM. I will coordinate because he cannot handle the harassment on his mental health. It has been.
Why would... Okay. You're going to put Xavier to work with people who are harassing you. Okay.
Tremendous. So bartending, serving, bussing tables, please let me know.
Okay. I was going to say, what the fuck do you want him to do? But that, okay. Hey, I've been using Cash App. I put it through another app to send money and spend using the cash card. Try it now. No, we're good.
Monica is pretty personal for you.
I don't know if this is there any videos in this? I think this is just, there's that's going in the coffee. Wait, that's going in the coffee table book? I was going to skip through this. Why would that be going in the coffee table book? Wait, hold on. No one wants that in their fucking coffee table. What the fuck, bro?
I did not take care about the 311 fiasco today.
Have you ever heard of the novel The Untethered Soul? No.
Let's focus on finding private sponsors so that I don't have to call 311 back at all. You guys, I feel personally attacked by this.
Feel personally attacked by a fucking purse, some makeup bag, Christmas shit. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Whoopsies. Zoom out. My zoom out's been weird lately. Something about, oh, she gets really religious. There's, I don't know what that is.
I've spoken with both of the big kids. I still haven't spoken with my youngest, Alexis. I did wash my hair today for the first time in like 7 days. Thank God. This guy is chilling. getting bigger than ever. And Xavier and I just ate dinner, and I got one page done.
What was on the bag? I didn't even see it.
From the coffee table book. Thank you. Actually, 2 pages.
My
goal was 5, but when
Xavier, shut the back. No, you don't.
I started working on pages, I got pages 1 through 4, but I combined pages 1 and 2 to go on like the left side of the first cover, or the left side of the first page, and pages 2 and 3 to go on the right side. So I turned 4 pages into 2 pages.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I just woke up at like 1 something in the morning from an abrupt sleep. I fell asleep at like 9 p.m. The whole, like, everything in the tent was like just messy and not organized. Couldn't fall back asleep. I'm laying on one side, and the baby's like going to that side and fighting with the ground under my tummy. I roll over and go to the other side, and the baby's like going over to that side and like kicking the ground on that side. I swear to God, he has such a trip already. He's like, hey, you're in my space. I'm like, baby, please, I'm so tired. But anyways,
Oh, the ring doesn't look that constricted today for some reason.
you guys are trying to donate, a lot of people, I woke up to a lot of people trying to donate. Unfortunately, I do not do business with Venmo. I do business with Cash App only, or Zelle. I have a PayPal account, but it's historically been really unreliable. I use it mostly for eBay and Mercari. Hi, you guys. Good early morning. I fell asleep at like 8 p.m. and Xavier and I both woke up with tummy aches around like 1 a.m.
What did you guys eat? Food from the trash, maybe.
I'm trying to go back to sleep, but if anyone, a lot of people, I woke up to a lot of messages asking about sponsorship opportunities. Right now, we have an urgent need for a screen, a small screen, whether it's an old TV or laptop or monitor. I'm creating my coffee table book with the program Pages on, which is an Apple program. It's very small and hard for me to work with the digital art without using a mouse and a larger screen, but we have the HDMI converter. So even in the tent, as long as we have electricity and an extension cord, we can hook that up and I can continue working on that. Other than that, it's just donations through Cash App or Zelle. Thank you guys so much for following up. We're okay, just obviously not comfortable. I'm in my 3rd trimester now, and my shelter request was closed for no reason after being open
For no reason, guys.
for a full year.
It's always no reason.
So
Oh, is that it? Is that it? That's it from the, okay. So that's it for the stories. This is the lives now. The lives took up most of the fucking time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lives. Am I seeing 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5. I can't count. So I'm pretty sure this is the first one. This is a very interesting layout, and she's like, already, I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I haven't watched these at all, so we're gonna see them together.
Out to any real estate agents. My emails are being bombarded with the weirdest shit. And you guys, hear this. As soon as he starts acting all feminine and weird, I start getting all these emails for transsexual health. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? I'm a straight pregnant.
Why are you so far away? Can you guys hear her? She's a little far. Can I make it louder? Let me know if you can hear her. Whoops. Probably won't be able to hear it all then. That's the last can go.
Woman. Why? Who would sexual health emails? Like, that's not my battle. Again, the battle's this fucking long. This long. That is not one of them. You know, that is not mine. That is not mine to carry. That is not mine. Someone has an email address who would be able to.
Let's zoom in on her because. Okay, yeah, this will be better, right? I don't know. She probably had it so far away because she looks like this, which is kind of crazy.
You know, look into that. That is not my battle. That is someone else's battle. I have enough on my plate. My plate is overflown. I have no space left. So I get rid of all that, unsubscribe to all that. We walk over to the grocery store. I try to take the money off my card, and they're telling me you can't take it off. I print a receipt that says the balance $300, but they're literally refusing. Whoever controls it is refusing to allow me to take it out. They won't let me use it as a debit card. It has to be cash. So we're sitting at Marshall's all day. All I need is the $60 so that I could buy what I need to buy, right? It's my money, no one else's. I've earned it. It's mine.
Is that Xavier on the bike?
This is what you do when you own a business. You invest into your business, because if you invest nothing into your business doesn't grow. Period. Period. You will never be profitable in any business if you don't invest at least a little something into your business. Again, you guys, isn't it crazy? 30 fucking people decide to walk by. I guess they all want to be famous today at the same damn time. We're in Northwest, almost the suburbs of Chicago. There is not this much foot traffic any time or day of the week.
There's like 3 people.
But if I go live, you can.
I zoomed out to see all the people. Get 100 mopeds, 30 people.
Guarantee there's going to be a million motherfuckers walking all around. So they won't give me my money. They won't let me access my money. I say, fuck it. Let's go. Xavier says we're going to go downtown, and his father owes him money for an NFT that he created. And then
His dad. He's selling the NFT to his dad? Okay.
he's going to give me the half of the money that he always owes me, that he promises to pay towards the principal of what I owe. Fine. That's a 15-mile walk. Fine.
This is crazy. I'm so glad I got something better to watch than James.
Start walking.
What the fuck is this?
I get less than a block away. Xavier is nowhere to be found. Nowhere to fucking be found.
So he ran away from the NFT deal with his dad? That's not a good sign either.
Nowhere. Cool.
I guess you got to sell the NFT yourself, Heather. What are you going to do?
I turn around. Cannot see him anywhere. I wait a few minutes. He's nowhere to be found, or she, or whoever the fuck they have pretending to be my husband this week. I walk back. The motherfucker is with everything packed up on the cart, how it usually is, claiming that a red vehicle, a truck, a red 4-door sedan car, attempted to run him off the road, pretended like they were going to hit him, swerved into him. He tried to jump out of the way, and everything that we have fell into the street. Are you fucking kidding me? What kind of satanic attack is this? And why us? Why me? You know, I have done
Where the fuck did Satan come into this?
absolutely nothing. My impact on the people around me is to motivate, to encourage, to keep them hopeful. My children, the Xaviers.
The Xaviers. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of different ones.
Anyone who hears me discussing the situations I've been through and the fact that I'm still alive right now, right? That's my impact.
She's got a lot of 8 Mile vibes going on, you know? She reminds me of Slim Shady here, back when he was B-Rabbit.
People look at me and they think, how the fuck is this woman still alive? How? How has she survived? Being bludgeoned, being stabbed 11 times by 3 women, having her house flooded 3 times intentionally. 2 times.
Flooded.
Having her children separated from her, even though she has custody. Being left locked out into the street for no reason. Filing hundreds of police reports on every single issue with video of proof of each issue. The man who bludgeoned me was sentenced to 30 months in prison in March. Now,
conveniently, we've never heard of this sentencing until now. And now, I guess he's going to wish it into existence. Like, they're going to mess up some paperwork and be like, oh, shit, yeah, Heather, we actually owe you $14 million. Whoops. Here you go. I don't think it's going to work, Heather.
not only was I not asked to come to court to testify, I was not even made aware that he got charged, and I am owed restitution. Marcy's Law, passed in 1991 in the state of Illinois. Do your research if you doubt me. Promises that if I am
I think if you did your research, you wouldn't you wouldn't be in this position.
the victim of a violent crime, and I am a citizen of the state of Illinois, among many other states in the United States of America, that I am owed victim services, that if I have loss of work, loss of income, or effects on my health, that the court system will take care of restitution and handling however it gets paid back to the court system. So that's one of numerous violent assaults against me since 2019. Nobody thinks it's
We never hear the other ones, though. We always just circle back to the same two imaginary ones.
weird that before 2019, I have never been so much as punched. I've never been in a fist fight in my life. I have no enemies. To say I've been bludgeoned,
You started it. You started the fight that got you stabbed or whatever.
stabbed, I have to look in the mirror and really say to myself, who the fuck is this? Whose life is this? It's not mine. I don't live my life in a
No, it
way
is.
that is conducive to inviting that type of energy into my atmosphere. As a matter of fact, as soon as someone's energy becomes, intrusive to my peace, I have no problem walking away. None whatsoever. So what type of ungodly force is holding me, chaining me, gagging and bounding me
Where is she, by the way? Is this like outside of a library?
to this nasty energy? I know there are many good people out there. I have witnessed them firsthand. I have experienced them. I have sat down and broken bread with them. I have done everything with them. I know they exist. And I know that they are more
Yeah, is this gonna end with an amen? Like, how is this gonna end?
available, more friendly, more accessible than the demons in this world. I believe that wholeheartedly, and nothing will stop me from believing that. Good will always win over evil. It's just a matter of time. Period. I know, like I said before, 50 people all heard me go live and decided that it was their time to walk by right now in the middle of fucking nowhere, Chicago, where no foot traffic ever exists. But whatever.
No foot traffic in Chicago, guys.
So all day long, I'm being diverted, rerouted, and I'm only about 100 feet from where I've spent the last 8 days in my tent. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm sick of fucking fighting. I'm tired of walking around. I am tired. What excuse does the authority have for a person going to prison for bludgeoning me and me being denied my right to victim services? What excuse does 311 in the city of Chicago have for me being blatantly denied my right to shelter? To shelter.
What excuse do you have for being like a shit parent to let Dylan into your life and fuck this? Let's even say that this is all Dylan's fault. You let him in and you kept him there. Even when you were told to fucking leave, he went back. Like, what's your excuse, Heather?
I have not spent a night indoors since February the 15th of 2023. We are in November the 15th of 2023. And I am 6 months pregnant. And I have been a law-abiding, tax-paying, contributing more than my part member of society for
All that's a lie, by the way. In case anyone's new here, that's all a lie.
my entire life, since I was a little girl. How many more lives do I have to make? How many more videos need to be posted that document what I'm saying is the truth? How many more frauds have
How about one with actual evidence? Just one with evidence. That's all I would want.
to stand next to me that prove themselves fraud because you can't stand next to the truth and not expose yourself as a fraud?
This is crazy that people are just walking by her. Like, why does she have so much space between her and the camera where there's going to be, like, go in an alley or something, Heather?
There are too many to count. When is it going to be my turn to have a day where my agenda, my personal agenda, and the things I want to accomplish are accomplished? When do these people who continue to get in my way
Hold up. We can zoom out now. I think that's as far as it goes.
get what they deserve? No one is swerving into my way by mistake. Just like that red car this morning attempted to swerve into Xavier, these people have full control over the wheel and are intentionally swerving into my way. So What the fuck is going to happen when I start driving an 18-wheeler and they swerve and I roll them the fuck over? Because that's the next step.
Does she have it? She has her driver's license. No, she doesn't, right? Because it's suspended because like she won't pay the fines for that fucking thing.
There is nowhere to go but bigger and harder. And I'm not talking about sex, you fucking perverts. You people in the comments, bro, where do they find you at? Where the fuck do they find you at?
They're from here. They're good people.
Ugh, my God. As I said, I have been diverted from my plan for success in my life over and over and over. There's a bunch of losers, literal losers that have nothing to do but sit around gossiping, starting drama, forcing people who want nothing to do with them to be a part of them. If I didn't invite you onto my team, that's okay. I'm not better than any of you. What I'm doing, if you want to do it, you can do it too. You don't have to be hateful to me and break apart what I have built to build your own. Go build. Be gone, be gone. Angel of God,
Angel of God, be gone, angel of God.
child of God, and build your own. Because I promise, no matter how much you make me struggle, like I said before, I will get up tomorrow, and I will get up the next day, and I will get up the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, until they take me out of this bitch, until I do not breathe anymore.
I mean, I believe it. I forget who caught this. I think it was BCG who uploaded to YouTube. All of the people are in the description of this, though, if you guys want to watch this yourself ever. I wish I remembered which ones. I put them like this so it doesn't load because everything takes forever to load if I'm actually on a YouTube channel for some reason.
To hear this, I don't say this for you. If anyone takes value, I'm grateful because I love to be honest and share my experience with others. I'm tired
because this was. Did she end that? Is that where it ends? Nope, I'm just going crazy. This was her YouTube live that she deleted after, so I didn't have like a copy of it. So if BCG didn't record this, we wouldn't have this right now. So I'm glad you did because this is some crazy shit. Like, what the fuck?
In the people who do inhumane, disgusting things. I'm talking about raping women, Chinese women, American women, Hispanic women, and then turning up as the state's witness so they get away with it all. I'm talking about stealing back the money after they pay these women from their purses while they're not looking and still getting away with it all. That's what the fuck type of evil they continue to cross paths with me. And I can't take it anymore. I have my path.
How did the connection get worse? Is it her connection? Is it my connection? Better not be my connection.
I have my path. Put someone else in this shit. Not my daughter, not my son, not my other daughter, not my unborn baby. Put your children in the line of fire for once. Let your children be the ones getting bent over and sexually assaulted and locked outside. And like I always say, community, I'm not mad at the ones of you who are here for non-nefarious reasons. I'm not mad at all. You're welcome to stay. If that message is not for you, you don't feel, you guys know when someone says some shit, it fucks with your soul. Your heart starts feeling like, what the fuck? That's how you know the message is for you, right? If that fucks you up, that means you need to pay attention. If you're like, what is Heather talking about? Oh my God, the message isn't for you, boo-boo. Don't just ignore what I'm saying. If you don't understand, it's better for you, but there are people in here who know exactly who I'm talking to.
Her fucking eyesight, exactly. She's all like, she's very gangster in this. She's a super gangster in this.
They know exactly who I'm talking to. And for them, I welcome you to come back to the light because you've been lost. You've been lost for a long time. A long time. The Rubens of the world, que feo.
The Rubens? Like from American Idol? What Ruben? What Ruben is she talking about?
He was straight when I met him. A straight man. He
Who?
raped so many women, paid money to
What?
sexualize women, and they stole it back and then stole it back from them. He started getting paid back. People started abusing him. Now they follow me around asking me questions about Ruben. I know 6 different Rubens.
6 different type of Reuben sandwiches? What is she actually? Who the fuck is Reuben?
5 of them are good people.
Okay,
The
people, not sandwiches.
other one used to be a good person until you guys fucked him up. And that's
Wasn't me. I'm too new.
the way it goes.
I'm just an innocent angel in all this.
That's the way it goes. When you're dealing with demons, they don't look for other demons. They look for angels. And then they fuck them up and they pull them down. They attach to their fucking ankles and they just pull them down until they can't pull anymore. Until hell is full. And then God comes. Well, hell's been full around me for quite some time. So God, if you could show up at any moment, that would be truly appreciated because this load is too heavy for me. And I miss my family and I miss my children. And I do not want to be dealing with this shit anymore. So we're about 100 feet from where we started this morning. I'm dealing with a nefarious version of Xavier that won't let me go, but won't act right. Xavier is not this way. I'm worried about where he is. I'm worried about what has taken him. I don't feel attracted to women. I'm not gay. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not a trans.
Oh, because Xavier's maybe that's Xavier's plan. He's like, how the fuck am I gonna get rid of this chick? He's like, I'll just go trans. I'll just go trans, and then she'll get the fuck away from me. It's not the worst plan.
And I'm a heterosexual woman who is 6 months pregnant by a man who loves me. You know how I know he loves me? Because when I'm with him, I fall asleep in his arms. When I'm with him, I feel safe.
Because you're on drugs, maybe. I don't know.
When I'm with him and I wake up in pain, he gets up with me and rubs my back and rubs my belly. I know that that's love. I know how to recognize love because I am of love. I was raised of love, even though we had tough times, even though we went through poverty, even though there were times I didn't know what I was going to cook for dinner. I was raised with love, and I know how to recognize love. I also know how to recognize hate.
Well, I was gonna say, when was the last time she cooked any dinner? But she uses the hair dryer, so like that's a way to cook dinner.
And what you've left me with today is not love; it's hate, and I don't want to be around it. But where do you go? Where do you go, and what do you do?
Go to the tent. Think of a better plan.
My DM is always open. You guys know my email, oneheathergee@gmail.com. That's my email. Coco, a GoPro solo production, that's my email. You're more than welcome to use it. If you're of love, if you're of God, if you have anything, beneficial or helpful to answer or add to the situation, if you want to tell me what's going on in your neighborhood, where are the police in your neighborhood? What would the police in your neighborhood do if there was someone who was homeless for nearly 4 years? 4 years. And not because she's on drugs, not because she's a user, not because she has issues, not because she's unemployable, because someone is dragging her by the ankles into hell.
Who? Is it Xavier? You should probably just let him go then.
And she kicks and flails and screams and files police reports and calls the FBI and asks everyone for help. There is detailed record of this at every single medical provider that I have seen. And I have had the same PMD for almost 11 years, 11, 12 years. You know, step taken. Northwestern has every step that I've taken. The police have every step that I've taken. I could give you a list of police reports so long. Probably if you lined them up in size 12 font, it'd be taller than you. And that's not a lie. I file online. I file in person. Nothing changes. Where are we living that this is the case? Where are we living that there is no intervention from law enforcement? Where are we living that someone sits on a waiting list on 311 for shelter for years? This doesn't even seem real. This seems like some sort of fucked up ass virtual reality. I can tell you this. I've been in my own house since I was 18 years old. I've always taken care of myself. I've seen
only other men take care of her. I've never seen her take care of herself. Ever. Never, ever.
people before, right? Around me and shit. They're homeless.
Not even on Love After Lockup. They're at her aunt's house.
They don't stay homeless. The city, the state, they don't allow that. When they identify someone as not having somewhere to go, they find them a place to go. If they are a drug addict, they go to substance abuse. If they are a criminal, they go to jail. If they are poor, they go to a shelter. Why am I being forced to stay outside for 4 solid years? And when I submit civil rights injustice requests to the Civil Rights Division of the DOJ, within 4 hours of my submission, I received back, "Thank you for your submission, but the DOJ has decided not to look further into your case." What? I'm sorry. Huh? Where do you go after that?
It just means that like there's nothing to, you can't pursue anything, because we already went over that on the other stream. Was it last stream or the stream before? How she recounts what happened is not how it happened at all, and that's why the Department of Justice cannot pursue a case, and no one can file charges against the other party, neither party.
Where do you go when you have been raped, bludgeoned, sleep deprived, tortured, beaten? Xavier, the connection. Where? I don't see it. Is it
the connection, huh? Your hookup, your drug dealer. Yeah, what connection?
hidden? Hide it if you're gonna walk away. I'm not watching. There's a lot of people walking by.
What you doing, guys? What are you guys up to?
Can't trust anyone out here. It's craziness. And I'm not used to that. When you were raised on love, you raised to trust. You are raised to trust. So when they throw you into the street,
I can picture Heather being like, "Look, guys, I don't do drugs, but on the streets, sometimes you got to sell drugs, and then to make sure that they're actually real, I got to do a little bit of drugs, but only before I sell them, just to make sure it's either they're legit. So I don't do drugs recreationally. It's to support my family." I could see some kind of shit like that happening here. Because what are you guys doing?
and you're raised on love to trust, my God, you don't stand a chance out here. You don't fucking stand a chance out here. God forbid you're raised on love and you're asking for assistance. You don't stand a fucking chance out here. You are the victim. They make you the victim, whether you want to be or not. So I don't know, you guys. I like staying close to my child, even though I'm, not physically able to go pick them up and spend time with them. I have nowhere to go. I thought it would be nice to just stay out here for a week or two. The police came the first night. They knew we were here. I tried to give them a narrative that has police report numbers that I have filed, dates, times, locations, addresses. They refused it. So law enforcement on camera, and I have a video of that. They refused it. They refused the narrative. They refused the proof. They refused it. One would step in. No one did. So I guess.
But you can't see the connection with your eyes. I don't know. That'd just be a very strange way to go about saying the Wi-Fi connection.
Yes, we're supposed to be heading back downtown because Xavier's father promised him money. And, when you're homeless and have nothing to do, even though you have a whole list of things to do, but no one's letting you do them, going to pick up money seems like a logical next step, right? I'm tired.
She has a lot of things on her bingo card, so not every iteration of a card, they might not have all the words on it. If there's narrative not on there, I'm definitely adding it though. I'll double check.
I've been broken about 1,000,000 times. There's no, I can't even count it. And by broken, what do I mean? Oh, they say horrific things. Horrific things. They say things about rape. They know that I have been raped and that's my biggest trauma and my biggest issue is with sexual abuse. They put white stuff in my pants. I have a photo that I also posted.
White stuff in your pants?
Posted but made private. They put it where my butt is and where my vagina is. I haven't had consensual sex with anyone
What the fuck is she talking about?
since Xavier and I had sex 6.5 days ago, 7 days ago now. I just put the pants on straight out of the washer. They put white stuff. Here are the two options. Either someone raped me in both of my holes down there, and I swear to God, I'm not lying, on everything I love, on my child, on my unborn child, on my life. I would not make this shit up.
I don't think narrative is on the bingo card, but you're right. How the fuck did that happen? All right, it's gonna be on there next time. That's crazy. That's not on there.
That's how they break me. They put white stuff in my pants that are clean by both of my holes. And I wake up in the morning and see that shit there and think to myself, I just washed these pants. I've worn them for 6 hours. I don't have anything going on down there. You know, maybe if it was just the front, it would be, you know, normal. I'm pregnant. And again, if you're live, you get to hear this. I make these private afterwards. This is for court, because I promise you I'm going to court.
Well, there's only one other person in this tent. And at first I thought she was talking about something else nefarious. I thought she was talking about like drugs or something.
Like I said, I will never give up. You better kill me, because I am never giving up.
Xavier, you're gonna get a charge, Xavier, if you stay with this lady. She's determined to get money somehow, some way, and you would be the easiest one to throw under the bridge. You've admitted to like stuff before, so like, I think Xavier is not a good future for him.
Do that to someone, and for police to walk around and ignore it. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what country this is. This is the United States, Chicago. We don't act like that here.
United States, Chicago.
We do not act like that here. And as I've said a million times, if you're one of these policymakers or one of these authorities who thinks that that type of shit is necessary, I dare you to do it to your own child. Put your own child through it. Put your own mother through it. Make them walk around for 5 days until they're so exhausted they fall asleep and then wake up getting raped. Do that to them. You think it's necessary for me? Do it to them. I'm tired.
Don't do that to anybody.
I'm tired. So this is just another FTR to Heather Gillespie. This is not for my production company. This is my real life. But it's not my real life. I don't know. It's like I woke up in someone else's life. Sober as fuck. I don't do drugs. No.
It is like she woke up in another dimension, and this isn't her life. It's all crazy, but no, it's her life.
No issues of mental health, being literally tormented, followed, and harassed.
Like Into the Spider-Verse.
Going into year 4, I don't know how to handle this. I have not known. I have tried everything. I am 6 months pregnant. If you'd like to be a sponsor, you can send via Cash App, $ Heather GoPro Solo. If you know of any housing programs, or if you reside in the Chicagoland area and you're aware of the fact that 311 claims and Northwestern backs up this claim, that they have not picked up a person since 2021, immediately following the pandemic. So 311, per Northwestern social work department, because I just went there last week, had another ultrasound, told them everything that was going on. And
I think she's coming down now a bit. She's going back to the old script. She doesn't have the same energy she did at the beginning. She was like rapping and dapping and, you know, bobbing and weaving.
Got a handout from a lady where she attests, as the social worker at the ER of Northwestern, seeing 3 different doctors who all maintain there's absolutely nothing wrong with my mental health. They asked me, do you ever feel suicidal? And I told them, yeah, when they're following me around, having sex with me when I'm unconscious, waking me up to semen in my pants. Yeah, I feel like killing myself and them. If I ever woke up in the middle of being raped and I had a weapon, no doubt I will fucking take them out right then and there. Absolutely. And you know what the doctors say? Fair enough. There's nothing wrong with the mental health of a person who doesn't want to be held down and raped.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, the doctor gave me the clear to kill people. And I'd be like, that's not the right person to ask for, like, legal advice on killing somebody in self-defense.
What the fuck? What kind of a sick motherfucker still maintains that the problem here is me? If you're in the comments sending laughing faces, you're sick, bro. Dismiss yourself. Why are you here? You have nothing better to do? Stop asking me questions about the Rubens of the world. I don't know. I've been in near isolation for 4 years.
Who is Ruben?
Stop asking me questions about the Bobbies of the world. I don't know. Stop asking me questions about the Dylans of the world, the Marissas of the world.
You know all about them. You stalk them.
That's none of my business. None of my business. Ask them. Call them. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I mean, the glitch, the connection glitch kind of went like auto-tuning for her. That was like, hold on, let's pull that back. That was kind of perfect. That was God right there. What, 24-24? That's even more. Look at this, guys. 24-24. Yeah, so what would it be like? I'm Heather. Here we go. Whoops.
Me questions about the Dylans of the world, the Marissas of the world. That's none of my business. None of my business. Ask them. Call them. Leave me alone.
There we go. Watch. It's going to glitch right at the perfect time.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm busy. I'm busy making profitable artwork. I'm busy not dealing with this trash. I don't want any part of it. As I said before, how does it feel to be someone stalking someone who doesn't want you around them? How does that feel?
Did you slap Xavier? Xavier, don't get slapped.
What's going on in your
You gotta leave this toxic relationship, Xavier.
personal existence? And what type of experience are you having that you're following someone like me around and talking shit in my comments about the fact that I'm being sexually assaulted while I'm asleep? That's sickening, bro. You need help. You guys should be admitted or evaluated or something, because that's the type of person society does not need. It's
a good way to strong arm someone into being like, you gotta believe me, or else you're a terrible person. You're a terrible person if you don't believe this terrible tale about my life I have no evidence of.
The type of plague that when it comes into a neighborhood, into a society, it bleeds all over the fucking neighborhood. And it takes a significant amount of effort to get it to go away. So everyone who's identified themselves in the comments as one of those people of Satan who thinks that a woman begging for assistance or, you know, the prevention of sexual assault and indoor shelter is the problem, please go get the help that you need, because it's not fair. Get out of my comments and get the help that you need. For the rest of you, like I said, I'm going to make this video private. If you're here because you support me and you support my journey and the shit that I've gone through, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I know you guys are all struggling as well. If you're not and you're living it up and having a good life, I pray for you too, that continues, that those vibes are contagious onto the people who are not so lucky. If you're having a hard time, I pray for you. I hope things get better soon. I'm having a hard time and I know what it feels like. If you're in isolation, if you're in a period of being alone, I pray that you soon feel comforted and loved and lifted. And I pray the same for myself. And I hope that you, if you're here listening, that you can do the same for me. As I said, if you want to sponsor my projects, Cash App is the way, $Heather GoPro Solo. And that's Cash App. And if you can't, like I said, a simple prayer. My name is Heather. I go by Coco. My ghostwriter name used to be Senza. I don't do much ghostwriting anymore.
What happened to the ghostwriting business? No more ghostwriting? But yeah, nah, it's James is scary now. Have
you guys heard of this program that influencers who are like super popular dudes called Exposed? And they have a campaign that it's called No Celebrity. And they follow around influencers and people who are genuinely just living their best lives. And they start mad shit with them. And they video record them like going to the bathroom, or if they get drunk one night, they video record them doing that.
It's not about, no. Exposed YouTubers don't do that. What are you talking about?
And they completely create a falsely perpetuated narrative around
She's talking about like TMZ.
this person to ruin their careers. It's so sad, you guys. It is sick. These people are nasty, bro. And there's so many people who are not like that. Like,
imagine if I did that. If I was just like following Heather into a washroom to be like, ha, look at you. You have toilet paper on your shoe. You're exposed. Dun, dun, dun. Nah, it's because you're fucking insane. I mean, I'm not trying to expose it. Maybe James Soroka. What's Heather been up to? Anything evil lately? I don't know. It's good to spread awareness about her, I guess.
where is the duality? At this point in my life, I have been so attacked and bombarded by this hatred that I don't know how I still continue to carry. I deserve a fucking gold medal and $12 million. That's what I think.
What's true?
God told me. So, anyways, just you guys pray and try to do everything.
Did she end it? I don't know what you're talking.
It is nasty. It is nasty, and the effect and impact it has on others is incredible. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. If you listen to a conversation that I had last week with Xavier, between Xavier and I, versus one from today or yesterday, there is no denying the shift in energy. Pay attention. I love you guys. Have a great night.
The end of that live. So the next one, she's at Panda Express. She says, so this one she kept up. It's on her Instagram, but this is apparently unhinged as well. I don't know. Maybe this was after the big NFT deal with Xavier's dad, which I think is code for something else. Because what the fuck, that doesn't make any sense to me. No, none whatsoever.
What's up, guys? What a terrible day. So, just for the record, I'm adding to for the record 20. I have to keep updating. I did a YouTube, but I took it down, or I made it private. Nice.
Why'd you do that, Heather? Because you looked like a crazy, ranting, 8-mile orangutan? She looked pretty crazy. She looked insane.
For whatever reason, I don't understand fully, and this has been a recurring theme over just the past 4 years. I want to be clear when I say I've been through hell. 2015 kind of marked the beginning of a major shift in my life, but nothing like this. 2015, I started to notice that I was being followed, that I was being observed, that I was being followed, that there were maybe police, maybe detectives, who knows who, making themselves present and making their presence known in my life. And that was by following me to my job, by following me to my home, parking outside my house. A detective, as you guys know, was sexually harassing me, David Shepard, telling me.
A detective is sexually harassing you? Well, that's a new one. I haven't heard her say that yet.
We come to the WGCI jingle or whatever the Christmas show is with me. And if you don't, text me and call me every single day, I'll come take away your children. That's a direct quote. I had a lawyer, Nick Albuquerque, that's been my lawyer.
You don't have a lawyer, Nick Albuquerque. Oh my goodness. I didn't think Nick Albuquerque would make an appearance again. He's on the bingo card. I haven't heard her talk about Nick Albuquerque for a couple of weeks. I thought she came to terms that he wasn't her lawyer anymore after she went to the library and tried to email him or something. No, Nick Albuquerque is 1,000% not her lawyer.
The only reason I had a lawyer is because of that. I have no criminal record, and I'm not a criminal. I don't know how to commit crimes, and I don't know how to survive in the street. So it's been incredibly difficult. That detective lost his position for what he did. And we had to go in front of a board of internal affairs. And it didn't make the people following me go away. They kept on following me. So I could only assume that it was because of my relationship at the time. You guys know my first 2 marriages were pretty basic. Blue collar type of guys. Is it blue collar? Like middle class, regular working guys. One was an armed security guard. or is an armed security guard. The other one does security at a bar at night now.
So they're both security guards, but still, that wasn't exciting enough for you. So you needed to find Dylan.
Believe, but before that, he just worked in like a regular factory. There's a factory called Body Solid Fitness Factory Outlet in North Riverside, and he would work there and literally come home, give me his check, take out like $50 for whatever he needed, and give me his check for the rest of the week, you know, for the children and I.
And you can't. Life was too hard. Life was, or maybe it was too easy. You wanted to make it more hard on yourself, because that's what happened. But.
So I was, you know, in pretty bland relationships. There wasn't a lot of drama, you know, no police involvement. Like, it was pretty bland, and I liked it that way. I liked it that way. With the last relationship, it was the opposite of that. And, you know, all of the social group of that person, we were never really friends, me and his friends, you know. I'd say the amount of time I actually knew them, the amount of time I actually hung out with them was probably less than 10 times total. And back in 2015, 16, I don't know them. You know, those are not my friends. That's not my social circle. So it's weird. You know, it seems like they keep getting brought up in my life, and I'm forced to talk about these people, and I have nothing to say. I don't know them. If you want to know what they do or what they're involved in or have been involved in, I highly suggest you contact them, you know. But besides being pretty isolated over the last 4 years, I have never in my life, and I am 36 years old with 3 children, I have never been victimized in my entire existence from age 0 to 32. I had to do the math there. I've not been victimized as many times, violently or otherwise, as I have just in the last 4 years. This person, what came out of prison, my most recent relationship, you guys saw me on Love After Lockup with him, Dylan.
Gonna go into Dylan again. She was a narc to get out of the 15 grams with intent to coke charge she caught, and calls it being a mole. She thinks this is why the police are messing with her. That's something.
And when he did come out of prison in 2019, 2 weeks prior to his release, my house was flooded intentionally twice. All of my belongings and my children's belongings were about 90% of them destroyed. No one gave me those. I didn't steal those. I didn't get those by doing fraud. I worked about 30 different jobs at a time for those. I would sell sunglasses for myself, making only $5 profit on each pair. I would sell waist trainers. I would sell time. I would sell fitness. I would sell personal training, nutrition. I would work as a bartender. I would work as a server. I would work as an entertainer. I worked my...
She had a lot of turnover in her job career. I don't think she was the best employee at any of these jobs, or she probably wouldn't have been jumping from job to job so much.
My ass off, you know, and I bought a car and a place for my children and I. Never developed a drug addiction. Took medication, prescription medication, that a lot of people say is similar to a drug addiction. I highly disagree. If you're saying that ADHD is the same as being, you know, unregulated with no physician on hard drugs from the street, you're just wrong. There's no going back and forth on that. You're just wrong. I've seen the same care team for 12, 13 years. And, you know, my life has been just one violent victimization after another since 2019. 2 weeks prior to his release after the flooding, I was jumped and stabbed by 3 women 11 times with screwdrivers. The state of Illinois did not pursue that case, even though they had the video footage from the gas station of the women who attacked me, their license plate number, and the ID they checked into the prison with. So they know who these people are, and they chose not to pursue it. And that's
we already learned why they didn't pursue it.
Will County, I believe, Joliet. About a year after that, I was, besides the abuse I went through with Dylan in my own home, being choked and thrown on the ground and stomped on and beaten.
This must like kill Xavier's high all the time. Like I assume they go, they get the drugs, they do them, and then she's like, "Let's just go to Panda Express now, and I'm gonna reminisce about my past and my ex and how my life is so hard." And Dylan, or not Dylan, Xavier's just sitting there eating his Panda Express, being like, "This is life."
I got out of that, and was thrown into the street. My vehicle destroyed, stalked in the street. Went to several places to live: Barrington, Illinois, with Charlie Keene, Arlington Heights, Illinois, with Eric Shull, and I was stalked to every single one of them. I don't know by whom. I reported it to law enforcement. They haven't helped us at all. My car keyed while being parked in a gated community in Barrington that I had never been in before, that no one knew me to go in. It was my first time ever there. What else? I was bludgeoned by a man at a gas station, at a car wash in broad daylight. He hit me approximately 20 times with a tire iron from my car. Also punched me and kicked me, broke my skull open. I needed to go by ambulance to the hospital. I received staples to the back of my head.
This is a bullshit story, by the way.
That person was arrested and charged in May of this year, received 30 months in prison for a violent assault with a deadly weapon. And I wasn't even informed or offered the opportunity to show up in court to testify against him.
Probably an unrelated person that she just picked out of a hat to be like, "This is the one that assaulted me."
Victim services are something that are guaranteed to every single citizen of the state of Illinois. There are many other states in the United States that offer victim services as a law. It was passed in 1991. It's called Marcy's Law. You can Google it. And basically what it entails is that if someone victimizes you violently, you're entitled to receive restitution. If you're not able to work for days, if you're hospitalized for any time, if your mental health is affected, you are entitled to restitution paid by the court system. And then the court system goes after the abuser for restitution, to repay themselves. That's the law. Again,
all this knowledge of the court system, but she can't follow through with any of it. Makes me think probably not the right information.
It's Marcy's Law. You can look that up. No one is holding these people accountable, nor are they holding the court system accountable for the restitution that I'm supposed to receive. Since January of 2020, my 3 children who have resided with me on a full-time basis from the day of their births all the way through January of 2020 have had to stay with their father or other family members. They have no idea what to think. I have no idea what to tell them. I don't know. How do you tell your 3 children that you were forced to walk around for 5 days, forced to not sleep? Every time you laid down and tried to go to sleep, someone came and antagonized you awake until you felt so unsafe on the bench where you were laying, you had to keep walking. And then when you finally...
They're probably like, "You can't sleep here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here." Probably something like that.
We did lay down. You were raped by a man who was 6'2" tall and didn't give you the chance to run away.
That's just average height, 6'2".
And even if you would have, I didn't have the energy. How do you explain that to your children, that police have been unresponsive in dealing with that? How do you explain to your children that you're still outside 4 years later, even though you've been employed at 21 places of employment and unlawfully chased out of each one, either by being bullied, punched, kicked, assaulted, threatened? How do you explain that to, a 10, 15, and 17-year-old? Oh, your mommy was raped and beaten and bludgeoned and stabbed, but the police aren't doing anything about it. How do you explain that? What would you tell your kids?
Practice Grand Theft Auto, because the police aren't going to help you in life.
I've gone above and beyond to let everyone involved know where I stand. I don't tell on people. I talk about things I have been in.
You narked on people, but the cocaine. But she was a mole. She says she was a mole, right?
Involved in, or I personally have experienced, not things that other people do. I try not to even express myself
She's educating themselves.
to Xavier, my own husband, about what other people do. And it gets hard. It gets very, very difficult. I mean, look at the comments. How are these people not being charged
We can't see any comments. I'm sorry, guys.
in a RICO? I mean, this is sick.
They're fucking Rico.
4 years of this? It's disgusting. What would make you happy? Would you be okay if I killed myself? Would that make you better? Would you be happy then?
No.
Would you stop sending pictures of my tooth and pictures of the tent and
Pictures of her tooth and the tent? I mean, that's your house.
making me feel as though I've been sexually assaulted and slandering my
I thought you were sexually assaulted. Is that a slip up? Was that a slip up?
business and my reputation? Would that help you? You're disgusting. You are disgusting. You're in my comments on my page saying the most vulgar things day after day after day after day after day after day into year 4, and you haven't seen criminal charges yet? That's unacceptable in the country that I live in. And that would be the United States of America, by the way, in case anyone's unclear.
The International States of America.
I can forgive a lot of things. Pushing me to the ultimate max, separating me from my entire family and all my loved ones, robbing me, raping me, following me, stalking me, harassing me. Those are things that I can't forgive. Those are things that the criminal justice system needs to intervene on. Not every problem is meant to be dealt with by a civilian on their own. And that's what I am. A mom, a wife, a woman, a civilian, not a street person, not a drug addict, not a mental health patient. A strong, intelligent, well-spoken, articulate, experienced woman with a resume that would knock your fucking socks off. There are more than thousands of people who
Can't stay employed for longer than 2 months. A resume that knock your socks off.
have met me personally, appreciate everything that I've done for them. And I'm 6 months pregnant. 6 months pregnant. People who voluntarily stalk, harass, slander, libel innocent women while they're pregnant. What's going on with you guys? You okay? You all right? You need a hobby? So today, Xavier and I woke up early, as we always do. Around 7 a.m. is the average time I wake up. I do the same thing every day. First, I start crying a little bit because I look around me and I realize that I'm still outside 4 years later. I'm scared.
Well, that's sad.
I miss my children, and I don't know what to tell them or my family about what's going on. I know for a fact that I don't deserve any of this. I know for a fact that there's not a human being living or dead that deserves this. And you guys know I despise rapists. But I don't feel that anyone should be tortured. If you're a rapist or you're a murderer or you're doing something fucked up, just go to prison, or get rid of these people. We don't need to torture them, right? What's the point in that? No one deserves that. An animal doesn't deserve that. But you're doing it to me, a pregnant woman. You wonder certain things about these individuals, right?
This person's probably like, I just want to pick up my food and get the fuck out of here. Who is this lady?
We wake up as normal, approximately 6:30, 7 a.m. I start crying a little bit. Then my baby moves and I remember that I'm alive. And even though I don't know the answers to everything that's going on, I'm alive. And my babies are alive. And my baby in my tummy is alive. And then I pick up my phone and I text message my children and I tell them to have a good day. And I look and I see Xavier there, and usually he's incredibly kind and compassionate and there for me in every way, shape, and form. But occasionally there is some sort of nefarious, malicious influence over him. I don't know if they remove him while I'm sleeping. I truly don't know how to describe it. He goes from
They remove him while he's sleeping. Okay.
being a strong, intelligent, dedicated husband and man to someone who picks things up like this and carries his hands like this and talks like this, and that's not my husband. I don't know who that is.
And then there's the evil one too, right? That gets all fucking crazy and scratches your cervix and all this other crazy mumbo jumbo. It sounds just like, a drug addict. Like a person who is either on drugs or withdrawing from drugs or complacent because he needs to get more. I don't fucking know. It doesn't sound like a good person, though, how you're describing him.
You guys know that I had one issue where Xavier put his hands on me, and he put on Daisy Duke shorts, purple ones, and a Playboy Bunny crop top. I wish I was kidding. That's not Xavier. That's not his personality. He would never do that of his own will and volition. Never in a million years. It's not funny. It's not a joke. Like, this.
Why tell us? Because it's kind of funny.
This is serious, and this needs to be responded to by authorities.
What do you want anyone to do? It's his choice. It's his choice at the end of the day.
If you guys watched the video that I made, I don't even know if I uploaded it, about the belief system that people have with
maybe Xavier's testing you. He wants to see like what you would do if your kid wants to be trans or something. And he's like, well, if she can't accept me, how is she going to accept the kid?
External influence, extortion, bisexual extortion, straight men being preyed upon, straight.
Do you think Xavier's checking himself out for drugs? And that's why he goes all, like that? And then he goes, he does his thing, gets the drugs, and Heather's like, I hate this.
Men getting high and engaging with gay men or transvestites, and then, or trans people, and being extorted. Major CFOs, CEOs, managers, vice presidents, presidents of companies being followed and silently targeted and honeypotted. What does that mean? Basically,
I love how she's like a teacher. What does that mean? Okay, let's go into the definition of what I think honeypotting is.
Anyone who works as a C-level executive or higher for a company is listed publicly.
I thought we were going to get into the definition of what a fucking honeypot was, Heather.
In most companies, if it's publicly traded, it's listed publicly. Well, these I don't even know what word that, these scum fucking buckets, these scumbags,
Yeah.
who have never worked for shit in their lives.
Like you?
Maybe because they're battling oppression wherever they're living, or maybe they're being abused. I don't know their reasons. I don't know. Because they're never coming up to me saying, Heather, this is what's going on. Can you help? They just act. They just attack. And they're getting access to these lists of people who work in a professional capacity and make six figures or about that. And they're targeting them. And married men, they're not responding to a call like an escort getting called and saying, sure, I'll go on a date with you. They're seeking these men out, following them, going to the bars they hang out in, going to the restaurants they hang out in, listening by hacking to the phone calls they have with their wives and friends and family, getting to know who they are.
Is this still the C-level executive fucking people? What is she talking about?
And then psychologically manipulating them for a way in. If they can't get in with the person being sober, they drug them. They use Rufinol, GHB. They use tons of other things. And when they have that
What is just describing like Dylan's average Friday night?
Person who has a bankroll, who has a checking account where they want them, high, unsuspecting, they engage in weird, fucked up, vulgar sexual acts with them. And then they call them the next day and send them photos. It could be a straight man who has never had a gay inclination in his life. They'll send him a photo of a guy with his mouth on his you-know-what, his naked you-know-what.
Opposed to his fully dressed you-know-what. I put a little hat or sundress on it.
And say, if you don't transfer me this amount of money, your wife and kids are going to know about this.
Maybe some googly eyes.
I wish to God that I was lying.
Oh, I was a fucking Jehovah God. Here we go.
I promise you I'm telling the truth. I would never lie about that.
I don't know where her other hand is. We'll find it.
And they're ruining these people's lives. They're emptying their bank accounts. They're stalking them. They're chasing them down. They're destroying their lives. It's sickening. It is fucking sickening. And I mean, these are hard. Some of these people are pieces of shit. Don't get me wrong. because you could be a real fucking piece of shit as a C-level executive. I'm not saying that you can't. There are good and bad at every single level of income, every level, or medium, high. Your income doesn't make you a good or bad person. The way you treat others, the way you handle yourself, your generosity toward those in need, that's what makes you a good or bad person, in my opinion. But I'm not God, and only God can judge. These people are targeting everyone without fact-finding and even making an educated judgment. We always say only God can judge. But at the very least, if you're going to do some fucked up shit like this, and criminals, I'm talking to you too, exploited, oppressed, whatever your story is, if you're going to target someone, you better make damn sure that you're targeting someone who deserves it. Because karma is a big bitch, especially when you go hard on someone who does not deserve it. And that is a promise. Cross my heart and hope to die. That is a promise. So somehow, I'm being used without my knowledge, and they're training me and exploiting me to meet with these men.
Training you and to meet with which men? What men are you meeting with? Like nowadays?
A lot of men who are C-level and above executives as a mole. You guys know what that is?
Here we go.
Someone who, is like the inside person to get information, figure out what's going on. And I was being used by law enforcement as well as bad guys who are actually good guys who police actually collaborate with.
I need to get her and James together, bro. This is perfect. James is one of these people she's talking about.
And I had no idea. I had no idea. I was none the wiser. But I was crying for help the entire time and telling them on a recorded line that I couldn't take it, that I believe in monogamy, that I believe in love only with sex, that I don't believe in sex without love. And that was not accepted by this group of people. And I was forced into situations that I never belonged in the first place, with no gun, unarmed, and by myself.
I don't think anyone's going to give fucking Heather Gillespie a gun.
I was sexually assaulted. I was sleep deprived. I was food deprived. I was tortured. And to this
the one who locked your kids in a closet started waving lamps around the place.
Very day, that continues at times. I get little breaks. And there are, like I said, for the most part, a lot of bad good guys and a lot of good bad guys who step in. Thank God. I call them angels. Normal.
Now we call them the sponsors.
Civilians don't understand what I'm talking about, and that's kind of why I'm making this video. I don't know where to go from here.
You can only go up, right?
I don't trust anyone. My bank accounts have been drained numerous times. My sponsorship has come and gone. My career.
Yeah, because even if they circle each other like angry cats, as long as they don't hit each other or anything, I think it would be good. Even if they don't end up liking each other, I think it would be good for everyone. I think.
Has been affected tremendously. I'm sure my children and their perception of the world has been tremendously affected. I don't really know where to go from here. Remains the same. I don't have any new information to offer. I just don't. So as I sit here and I'm pressured daily, constantly, from every angle to provide information that I don't know what you want from me. Doing these photo shoots, curating these photo shoots is literally the only thing that I have left. It's the only thing that I can do without punishment. As I said, I've gotten 21 legal W-2 jobs since 2020, and I have been chased out of every single one of them in under 3 months. Under 3 months. I've never been fired from a job in my life. I'm employable. I have a bachelor's degree. I have no drug. I have nothing. But they keep on ruining my life. What do I have to do to not be stalked? What do I have to do to go to sleep at night and not be woken up in tears and afraid. I have a photo that I'm not going to post, but I have it, and I posted it up on YouTube and made it private, of my pants from last night. Mind you, I'm 6 months pregnant. I wore these pants for 6 hours. These pants have a white mark by the butt and a white mark by my vagina.
I don't think James would do any work. She's going on about this fucking the grape that she doesn't remember, but they were washed. They're new. I don't fucking know. I don't know. The archive channel is called Steve Soroka. James is a common name. I don't know. But I think James would come in as a savior. He'd be like, I can save Heather, and then fail at it. But I think their energy would be good.
Indicating that some sort of rape occurred. It looks like semen. I swear to God on my life. I haven't had sex with Xavier in about a week. So if making me feel as though I've been sexually...
The other day, she was like, we have sex every fucking day, whether I want to or not. Now it's like once a week.
...assaulted is the only way that you people can control, manipulate, exploit me. Why are you free? Why are they free and walking around out here? Who is regulating this? If this is an investigation, you're doing a shitty fucking job. A shitty job. I am no one's sacrifice. I am no one's sacrifice. All the police reports I filed, and there are more than 100. And I'm still outside walking back and forth from downtown to the suburbs so that I could drop off a bag or two of food to my children once a month. My youngest child hasn't been permitted to answer a call from me in 5 months because her father is so scared about all this targeting that comes as a result of our relationship. My family has no idea what to do or how to help me. They've also been targeted. This is nothing new. This has been going on. They have been robbing us and hurting us and our children for many years. Many years. And to be honest with you, I find it terrifying that the law enforcement associated with this case has not been able.
Yeah. I bet it does like sex and fucking extra bad with the hairdryer going constantly. Anytime there's a wall outlet, she's sucking that with that hairdryer.
To get in the way after all these years. Do we even have any government anymore?
And Xavier's weed.
Is there any government left? It's sick. If you go back to my lives, nothing that I'm discussing today, 4 years later, is any different from what I've been going live about in 2020. You know what that tells you, or any reasonable person? That the situation has not been resolved or even addressed. So there are people who are making it their job to continue treating me this way, pregnant or not. Why are these people not being apprehended? So today, for instance,
no evidence.
I tell Xavier, I've been working on a coffee table book. And if you guys are familiar with Google, you guys know that Google has a couple of functions. Google Photos, Google Pages, Google Forms. They're all free services. Google Docs. Wait, excuse me.
And she doesn't know how to use any of them.
And all of these services are free, completely free to use. I download Google Photos and I invite Xavier to one of the folders where I'm choosing not only photos that I've created and curated, where I'm the model, the photographer, the makeup person, the clothing person, the designer, the curator, the producer, everything. But also hashtags, captions, poems, verses to songs, etc. and so forth.
Etc. and so forth, yeah.
I send all this. It takes me
the copy book from hell that I need to have.
About 2 hours to compile all of this content from off of the 9,000 photos I have on my phone. And I create a file folder on Google Photos. And I put all of these photos into it. And someone in my phone nefariously, because I've given no one permission to access my phone, prevents me from sharing them with Xavier. So they're basically...
You did. You prevented yourself, and you're like, do not share the fucking images. You don't want Xavier seeing all the images, I guess. I don't know.
Basically taking every technological intervention that they can take to prevent me from being productive on this coffee table book. They are stopping me dead in my tracks from reaching the next step of publication in this coffee table book. Now, this is my second book that I'm working.
Does she think this coffee table book is gonna like fucking change lives or something? It's gonna break records in sales, guys. She has to be prevented from selling this coffee table book before it can be replicated by someone else so they can get ahead of this shit. What would be the point in preventing her from making a coffee table book? Like, she would have more of a basis to be like, it's a conspiracy to keep everybody homeless or starving or whatever, right? Then they're preventing me from working on the coffee table book. It's very strange.
My first book is 425 pages handwritten, because I sat down every day that I was in my apartment at Montclair, or every other day, with my keyboard and my laptop, and tried typing chapter after chapter, only to go back and review the chapter I had just written and find that it was completely inverted, that someone had intentionally hacked through my laptop, changed sentences out of order, deleted entire paragraphs, and when you read it back from what I have handwritten, you can see that it makes no sense.
No, they were making it make sense, and it didn't make sense to you, I guess, because common sense things just don't make sense to Heather. Yeah, okay, whatever.
It makes no sense at all whatsoever. It's not what I wrote nor what I typed. I did that for 3 months, typing and retyping and retyping. I got nowhere. In 424 handwritten pages. I have it with me. I carry it around with me everywhere I go, back and forth, back and forth. I carry this 424 page novel with me. So I figured, okay, they're preventing me from publishing that novel. Let me go ahead with the coffee table book. I've been working on this book for 6 years. There are photos that I took in 2016.
Is that how you're going to sneak parts of the novel into the coffee table book? You're like, this is how we'll get them. If you want the whole novel, you got to buy the novel next.
And 17 that I want to include in this publication. That's a problem for them too. Now they're in my phone, preventing me from going to the next step on that. So what is it going to be a problem for these people? And who the fuck are these losers that have nothing to do with their time, have no passions, no interests of their own to develop or work on, that their number one hobby and favorite pastime is sabotaging people who are productive? What's going on?
What is going on? I don't know.
Who's in charge here?
You are. You got to press the right button.
And how do I talk to them face to face? Because I've been filing
Look in the mirror.
Police reports up the yit. There is no way to communicate how many police reports I have. I could not count them if I tried. Could not. Between online filing, in-person filing, phone call filing, emailing straight up between detectives and I, emailing judges' chambers. It's got to be more than 1,000 at this point. I filed a civil rights appeal to the DOJ. 4 hours after I submitted it, it was denied. I'm sorry, I've been being raped, beaten, bludgeoned, stabbed, robbed, and in 4 hours, the DOJ was able to review my request and say, no, we're not going to look into this? Doubtful, highly doubtful. So who, as I said,
or it's very simple and there's no case, and that was it. And she's gonna harp on it for the rest of her life. I think she needs new things to be angry about.
Benefits from causing this tremendous amount of turmoil in my life, and why? I can't think of anyone. I don't have any enemies. If you hate me, you're alone, my nigga, because I don't hate you. I don't even.
Heather, what are you doing? Look, she's being crazy. She dropped an N-bomb unexpectedly. Like, I knew it was somewhere here, but Heather. Mamma mia. I want an Xavier interview, though, as well. Yeah, I think that would be really good. How many lamb chops do you think we could offer Xavier for an interview? What about like a week's worth of lamb chops? He likes lamb chops, right? I think. Oh, that's crazy. When we hit the 2-hour mark, we're gonna have a smoke break. So it's like in 6 minutes, but damn, Heather.
Even know you. I get along with everybody. I have no problems anywhere I go. I go here, I go there, I go every fucking where, and I get along with everyone. You know why? Because I don't fuck with anyone unless they push me in a corner and leave me no choice. Why would anyone have a problem with me? I go around places. I spend money in neighborhoods. I encourage others to do the same. If I see a hungry motherfucker and I have extra, I share. I mind my own business. I don't wonder what other people are doing. I don't trick on people. I don't talk about other people's business, as I said before. I talk about what I have done and am involved in, and that's it. If someone is involved in a project with me, a collaboration with me, and their name comes up, it's not on record. It's between my husband and I when we're sitting privately by ourselves in the tent. I don't go on and on and on talking about what other people do because I don't care. I don't care. What I do care about is when other people begin getting.
I mean, like, this is kind of like they are doing all these terrible things to you. So the made up imaginary people you do go on about all the time.
In my way on purpose so that I can't move on to the next stage in my life. My children are affected. My loved ones are affected. My friends and family are affected. That's a problem for me. That's a big fucking problem for me, as I'm sure it would be for any one of you. Let me ask, who is going to lose money out of their pocket if I create a coffee table book? Who? Who is going to lose sleep if I start selling fine art for Xavier? Because I've also done that. I've also created an entire email campaign in a matter of one day, outlining Xavier, his experience, the piece of art that he's submitting, numerous attempts to collaborate as staging of fine art, meaning finding people, real estate agents who are selling beautiful homes, large homes, small homes, tanning salons, nail salons, hair salons, any kind of business that deals with aesthetics.
Oh, let's see if she can get like at least her business plan right this time. Because the last time I heard this, she said you can put art in the place and then sell it for less and pay me commission. And I was like, that's never gonna work. Like, they're never gonna sell a place for less to give you fucking some of the money while also putting Xavier's art up. That doesn't. So let's see if she gets it right this time.
And offering them the opportunity to host his art for free.
Okay, for free.
So that if it sells, he can make a commission and they can make a commission off of the art. I do all of this in 3.
So if I was buying the place, I'd be like, you can keep the art. I don't want it. You think the person who's buying the place is also going to buy the art, or they're just supposed to include it in the price? Because then they would have to raise the price and cut you in on, like, it just seems like too much work. If I was a real estate agent, I would just buy some fucking generic art and throw it up there. I wouldn't be going to a homeless Heather Gillespie and her crackhead fucking boyfriend and being like, I need some fine art, please.
3 days. It's not a coincidence that I'm not rich. I know what to do. I'm not making money right now because someone is standing in my way from doing so. Is that the kind of country you want to live in? You want to live in a country where you could be intelligent, gifted, dedicated, and some fucking loser sitting at home on their computer can decide, I don't like Heather, so she doesn't get to work today. And go into my phone and shut off my Google Photos and shut off my Google Documents and rearrange my novel.
If only it was that easy. I think a lot of people would be doing that to each other. You'd be good to do that.
You want to live in that world? I don't. I sure do not.
Maybe don't accept phones from strangers. Like, let's say, like, hypothetically, she had a rat on her phone, like a remote access whatchamahooza. It'd probably be because you accepted a phone from a stranger. Or that's what you say, but you're stealing phones from fucking people. I'm pretty sure.
I want to live in a world where people can work on their own projects and succeed if they put in the effort and collaborate if they so choose. That's where I want to live.
What?
I said before, and I'll say it again. I don't have any problems with anyone, with nobody. Not a single person, not a single
I know, right? What kind of maniac would do that, right, Skeleton? You'd have to be a crazy person to do that.
living soul. Nobody. I don't start shit with anyone. I mind my own business. I wake up every morning in tears because I'm afraid and I'm cold and I'm tired.
It's like that time she let a bunch of cokeheads into her house and she was like surprised that they weren't the best of people.
And I'm pregnant. I send my kids a text message so that they know their mother loves them no matter what's going on. I tell them, have a great day in school. I love you. Please try to call me when you get out. Whether they answer or not, I send the same message every morning. I leave a voicemail for my youngest when her father doesn't pick up the phone. I don't talk to anyone other than Xavier. Social interaction has become fearful. I don't want to be bludgeoned by a stranger. I don't want to be stabbed anymore. I don't want to be ignored systemically.
When was any other time she was stabbed other than the one time with the little pinky knife? I would love to hear another stabbing story. I'm sick of that stabbing story. Can I get a new stabbing story, please?
I went to go to the courthouse last week to file an additional petition. It would be my 8th in 3 years. And they made me start, someone put something in my McDonald's. I got a big breakfast for Xavier and I immediately began throwing up blood.
I remember that day. That was a crazy day. It was right before Halloween when there was a lot of fake blood packets around and stuff. And she had a meeting about a production, something rather.
Ended up at Northwestern Hospital. Anytime I try to file additional petitions, there is some sort of violence that occurs. No police interaction. No one explains anything to me. No one tells me what's going on or what I should do.
Probably.
I've not given anyone permission to use my content for movies or anything creative. I'm not an actress. I'm not putting on a show. So make it make sense.
Oh.
As I said before,
it's time for a smoke break. Here we go. I mean, like, yeah, we'll go. When Siri, I'm not talking to you. Why are you going off right now? Hold up. Stop. Did I say? I don't want to say it because it'll go off again. That phone shouldn't even be saying. Never mind. We're gonna do a quick smoke break, guys. Where is it here? Look, we got a like thing that goes across. I learned something this week. Isn't that fancy? So yeah, I will be just a quick couple of minutes here. I'll put on some music for you, and yeah, when we get back, we'll jump right into this crazy thing. We'll do this one. All right. I got it. I got it. Do I got it? There we go. Smoke break is over. Welcome back. All right, let's get into mayhem. She's gonna get crazier? Maybe.
Before, go back to 2020 and watch all my live videos, starting with the One Heather GEE account. How many years can I be held against my will and abused before someone steps in and says enough is enough? I'm a good person. Not.
Thank you. The first song was mine. That second one wasn't. That's just the StreamYard music. But the first one was.
Not only am I a good person, I'm cool as fuck. I'm cool to chill with. I'm cool to talk to. I'm not judgmental. Just keep your shit away from me. Keep your shit away from me. Far away. Get out of my way. So we start working on the coffee table book, right? And I can't get him any of the content. So I figure, okay, cool. I'm not going to let one little bump in the road ruin my day, right?
You share all your photos. You can't send me the link unless you share all.
He's telling you. Oh my God, Xavier, I love you. He's telling you how to do it. Listen to him.
All your photos.
No, I did that and it still would have.
You didn't do that. You made a whole video on how you did the exact opposite of that, actually.
Let me share my link. So I say, okay, you know what? I haven't done a maternity shoot professionally. I've only done maternity.
Oh, this Heather. Don't be lying. Don't be lying to the man, the only man that's in your corner. What the fuck, Heather?
Maternity shoots like spur of the moment, like in what I'm wearing, taking a picture in the mirror of the bathroom. Or I took one, by Belmont Harbor where I was like, 23 weeks, whatever. It's the end of my second trimester, the beginning of my third trimester. I want to do a photo shoot. So I tell Xavier.
He was like, you have to share all photos or else it's not going to work. And then she's like, I did that. Here, I can put it back actually. Because it was just, we're at 36:31. Oh, 36. Whoa. 36. It probably starts here. At least here.
Unless you share all your photos.
There, share all your photos.
No, I did that and it still wouldn't let me share.
You didn't do that. She showed us a video of her doing the exact opposite. I swear to God, because we watched it. Like, what the fuck?
So I say, okay, you know what? I haven't done a maternity shoot professionally. I've only done maternity shoots like spur of the moment, like in what I'm wearing, taking a picture in the mirror of the bathroom. Or I took one, by Belmont Harbor where I was like, 23 weeks, whatever. It's the end of my second trimester, the beginning of my third trimester. I want to do a photo shoot. So I tell Xavier, I haven't had money to buy myself pants. I've been wearing the same 3 pairs of pants my entire pregnancy.
I mean, 3 is better than 1 or none, right?
So I got a little money and I told him I'm going to go take out a couple dollars and buy myself a pair of pants and something cute and do a maternity photo shoot. When my big kids were little, social media wasn't what it was. And I didn't have the capacity to do a maternity photo shoot. I barely have any photos. I think I have 4 photos from when I was pregnant with my big kids, with Viviana, Lewis, and Alexis. So I wanted to do something special. It's the end.
I don't think she gets like what the point of a photo shoot is. Like usually you do a photo shoot because you get paid for it, right? Or if it's going to be promoting something that will make you money. But she's like, she wants people to just give her money so she can spend it on photo shoots. That's not going to help anything. That's not going to, what would that help if you're like kids? I wasn't able to do that when my kids were little. Like you wouldn't need to do, like, I don't know what the fucking point is with the photo shoots.
End of my second trimester. I've been being held outside in a tent. I haven't slept indoors since February 15th of 2023. We're in November 15th, 2023. I'm not an animal. So I'm already upset about the photo thing and the coffee table book issues that we've been having. It's frustrating. It's like 4 days of trying to share him these photos and not being able to. And like I said, hours and hours of me going through the content and gathering and organizing.
Maybe you, this is the thing that I don't like about Heather. She's like, all right, this doesn't work. Let's just try it again, and then try it again the same way over and over and over and over and over again. Let's just say that Google Drive won't let you share the photos. They won't let you put it on there. Stop trying to use Google Drive. Go to the library, put it onto a flash drive, put it onto Xavier's phone manually. Think outside the box and go try something different. Like, what are you doing, Heather? What, and then why is Xavier not like thinking of this either? Just to have you shut up. Like, that's what I would do. Even if I didn't like want you to succeed or whatever, I didn't give a fuck. I'd still be like, just do this. So we don't have to hear you talk about this for 4 hours today, you know? The fucking Google Photos, bro.
And getting my phone together and making space in my storage and doing all
Even
this
the
stuff, and they
floppy
just
disk.
dead stopped me from doing any of my projects. So I changed my mind. I'm like, okay, you know what? This is not this is not a detour. I mean, this is not a dead end. This is a detour. And I'm gonna do this maternity photo shoot today, and then maybe tomorrow Google Photos or Docs or whatever will be working, right? Go to the store, try to get a little tiny bit of the money that I have out, and they refuse to allow me to get the money out. So
I didn't hear him come up with a different solution, though. You know, if it's just like he just needs to see the photos or they need to be on his phone, there's other ways around this than Google. They could use Dropbox. They could use, they could just upload them straight to Facebook and then log into the account on Xavier's phone. You know, like there's so many ways you can get photos from one phone to the other. This shouldn't be like such an issue and such an obstacle in their way. I can't believe it. They made 2 videos so far about this. Well, and a bunch of Instagram stories. Homeless people problems, bro.
that's all in like side of 1 hour, right? On top of that, it's incredibly frustrating to pack up the cart that we have where we push all of our belongings back and forth 20 to 40 miles minimum a month. It's frustrating. So they won't give me any of my money out. We're hungry. We're both irritated. There's this energy. It's just a terrible vibe. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it all. They're not gonna let me take out cash. I can't use my card at Marshall's. Let's just go. It's a link card from the state of Illinois. Since I've been pregnant, I was allowed emergency cash assistance. At Jewel, Target, Walmart, you can do cash back and get $40 out, $60 out, and buy whatever you need: shelter, utilities, clothing, whatever. They literally tell me, nope. Yeah, you have the money in your account. You can't take it out. I'm not going to argue with the lady at Jewel about it. She doesn't know anything, right? The state is saying, yeah, it's there. I don't know why they wouldn't let you take it out. It's nefarious. It's whoever the fuck.
I think James is already there. I think James is already like broken. If not, he's like right on the edge. Or he's just an extremely good actor now, which I don't think, because if he was, he can maybe get a movie role.
Is in my phone, not allowing me to use Google Docs. It's whoever the fuck is in my phone, not allowing me to use Google Pages. It's whoever is following me around, stalking me. It's whoever is putting in my panties white marks where my butt goes and where my vagina goes, so that I'm scared that I got raped. I didn't get raped. We were in our tent with the
It's weird that this is like a framing of grape.
lock on. Unless someone literally floated through the wall, I didn't get raped. So who the fuck, when we're walking away from where our tent is and our belongings are to go get food at Jewel across the street, is gonna go in my pants and put marks in them? What a sick fucking individual to make me feel as though I've been sexually assaulted. That's disgusting.
What if it's just like laundry detergent marks, like soap marks?
That's fucking sick. That's sick.
You're using like a public laundromat, right?
That is criminal, like Class X style. And the fact that there are so many people involved, that is RICO, baby. RICO. You want to talk about gang members getting charged with RICO? Why don't you look at yourself?
If I knew the context of something like this, I would have named this stream like Heather gets mad about Google Drive and fucking laundry detergent on her underwear. Like, I swear to God, that's what it is. If this is even real and she's just not making the whole thing up.
Whoever you are, I know you're supposedly the authority, right? Or so you like to present yourselves. You could get hit with that same RICO that you want to hit the streets with. I mean that shit with my entire heart and soul.
What happens right now, or should I wait?
Wait. So I give up on the idea of getting the money out for the photo shoot. I decide, let's just go. Xavier's father calls and he tells him he's gonna buy an NFT from him, and that he's gonna give him cash. Don't trip on the money that's stuck in the account right now. I got you money. So okay, we're gonna walk the.
How are you gonna transfer the NFT? I think it needs to be done through some kind of exchange, like on the internet. I don't think you can. That'd be like me saying, "Oh, I'll give you $20 for some Bitcoin." How are you gonna transfer it? That doesn't make any sense. But okay.
10 miles back downtown, right? From Portage Park. We start walking towards Portage Park. Some motherfucker in a 4-door red sedan comes flying down the street at Xavier. He's balancing a bicycle and all of our luggages on a cart. And this man swerves like he's going to run straight into Xavier and knocks everything down into the street, into 6 lanes of traffic at Irving Park and right there where you turn into the Jewel. There's 6 lanes right there because it's 2 lanes going forward and then the turning.
Yeah. So it doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old to know how all that works. I don't know.
Lane on each side. Knocks everything over onto the floor, all of our stuff. You've got to be kidding me. This is not random.
I just know I've never met a man on the street for Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and NFT. I have no interest in buying an NFT, but any of the above. Never met someone on the street, paid him cash for it.
My new bike.
This is the and his new bike. He's so happy, proud of this bike. I don't know, a sponsor gave it to him in River Grove. That's not the point. The point is, we have people who care for us and sponsor us and make sure we don't miss a meal. Where the fuck do they go when these other people start swarming around and fucking doing this? Where are all the people who know what's going on, who have known for 4 years? Where are they? We sit there for about 2 hours trying to minimize our stuff, repack the entire cart. Now it's 5 p.m. and I've been doing nothing but trying with my energy and effort to get out of there since 9 a.m. this morning. Do you know how frustrating that is? It's fucking terrible. And I go live on YouTube because I like to do lives on YouTube because YouTube, unlike Insta, it gives you the ability to make individual content private as opposed to your whole page private. So I can have my page public and have all my lives private. So I can go on there and have a breakdown, have witnesses watch, while I'm going live. And then I could turn it on private so that when I need to reference it for court or legal reasons, I have everything there. There's no storage on my phone.
A breakdown of the case. I thought she was talking about a mental breakdown and she could document it and play it. I was like, why the fuck would you want to do that? I think she means never mind.
I don't have to save it on my phone. I've got it on YouTube, right? And it's private so that no one needs it. So I do this live on YouTube. I'm updating everyone. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wipe away my tears again, even though, I have no understanding of what the fuck is going on. And I'm just going to keep going. Everything's okay, right? Everything's okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. And the comments that I'm reading from YouTube, they hurt me. I'm only human. I'm a nice girl. I would not say this shit to my worst enemy, let alone to someone minding their own business, focused on their own self-development and growth, et cetera, and so forth.
Minding your own business. You were yelling at your camera across a sidewalk and getting mad at people walking by on the public sidewalk. Minding my own business, guys.
So it's bothering me, and they're replaying in my mind all these lies about me. And you know what's happening to my self-worth? I'm starting to question, am I disgusting? Do I deserve this?
Well, this is just an act because she's over there. I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm going to fuck shit up and I will be here until the day I die. And I believe it. I don't think she's ever going to give up. So this is just all a pity party thing.
Do I deserve to be raped? Do I deserve to be kept outside in a tent?
Is my family better off without me? And then I'm telling myself, Heather, shut the fuck up. How dare you? You are a strong bitch. Don't you dare do that.
There you go.
Don't you dare.
This.
And no matter how much I try to redirect my energy and attention, these comments are just replaying like a song that is stuck in your head that you can't get out. And I start going over every single thing I've ever done that could be possibly considered rude.
Like the Scat Man. That song is stuck in my head.
Or mean. And I'm thinking to myself, did I do enough to apologize? What's wrong with me? Would they be better off if I wasn't here anymore? And when you start really asking yourself that question, there's a problem, you know? So I get off of social media and the comments are just pouring into my mind like a broken record. And so I start.
Then get off social media. You don't need to be on social media. I don't know any, other than James. I don't know a lot of homeless social media people. Oh my God. I don't know a lot of homeless people on social media, guys. I got it out. I got the words out of my mouth.
Reciting Our Father who art in
freaking battering ram.
Heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory.
Oh shit, we're actually like saying prayers and shit now, or scripture. What is this? This is like when the Green Goblin broke into the hospital and was like, to Aunt May. Or wait. No, he did say something like this. Yeah, it was crazy.
Glory forever and ever. And I just say that over and over and over in my head for the first 15 minutes and then out loud for the next hour. And we walk 5 miles and the whole time I'm just reciting that over and over and over and over and over. And I keep on telling myself, deliver us from evil on earth as it is in heaven. Deliver us from evil. And I'm saying the whole thing, but those two phrases, those two sentences, they're just sticking out to me. You know?
Those were the two sentences that Green Goblin was yelling at Aunt May. Convenient.
You know? And I'm getting irritated by other things, but I just keep saying it over and over and over and over. And I don't know, what's going to happen with me in the future. I don't know if I'll ever get my coffee table book done. But right now, I just have to be worried about being okay right now. And so saying that to myself, reminding myself of that over and over and over, it makes me okay right now. And when I'm about to lose all of my faith and give up completely, my baby moves around inside of my tummy and reminds me, like I said before, you're alive. You may have lost a lot, but you're alive. Your life is yours still. You're alive. And there's a baby inside you that's alive. And there are 3 children that no matter how old they get or how far they seem will always be your responsibility, Heather. And so you don't give up.
Make better choices. Make better choices. You're saying it out loud, so I know you know.
And so if you're feeling like being an asshole today, I just want to remind you to ask yourself, what's your impact? What's your impact on yourself? What's your impact on your target? What's your impact on the world? Make sure that the energy that you're expending, make sure that the person you're breaking down, make sure that the disgusting filth you're saying and thinking and communicating to others is having a positive impact on yourself, the world, people around you. Make sure that if your daughter, your wife, your husband were on the receiving end of all the hatred that you're giving out, that you'd be okay with it. You want your mom, pretend that you're my children for 5 minutes. Are you okay?
Yeah, because I'm not in your custody. I'm fine. I'm good. You can go focus on yourself now.
I don't know what your problem is with me. I don't know what I've done to offend you.
I'm watching your public content. I put
but I know that I don't deserve any of this shit.
Like, who are you talking to? You're talking to anyone watching your public content, right? So, like,
So as your comments come flooding back into my head by the thousands, and I pray that I'm not actually getting raped, that it's someone just playing a mean trick on me again and again. And I pray that the United States government has not been taken over, and that there's some reasonable explanation for why law enforcement has not responded to any of my hundreds of police reports and petitions. But in reality, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how any of this is legal, and I'm scared. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great night, and keep the faith. And when all of this evil and filth and disgust starts creeping into your mind, chanting. You don't have to say what I said. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us.
is she just like throwing Heather in there? Heather. Am I hearing that right?
Our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Oh, forever and Heather? Forever and Heather.
You could say whatever you want, but that's what's been helping me. So have a good night. Bye, guys.
Forever and Heather in any weather. And that was the Panda Express live stream. Now we got this one, which is only 11 minutes. It's the tent stream from Instagram. So she kept this one up too. I think. Maybe she didn't. Did she? I don't know. If she didn't, then it was either BCG or Crazy Train or Mama Bear that got it. I think this one is still up on her live though. Anyway, so it's 11 minutes.
Shout out my sponsors, Target. You are the real MVP here. Nike. You are the best. Look at my old little Nike bag, you guys. And look at this Nike bag.
This gives me like Tom Hanks Wilson vibes, like when he's on the island. What was it, Castaway? I've never seen that movie, but I remember the commercials for it.
Xavier, remember when we got this Nike bag
Yes.
in the park?
He's just like, yes.
And there were like some older guys. There were like some older guys playing, what the fuck were they playing? Volleyball or soccer or football? Like 3 of them.
Yeah.
It was right there by the Lincoln Memorial or the Lincoln Monument
Yes.
in Chicago. We're not in Washington. What is it called? Lincoln Monument or Lincoln Statue? It's like a statue of Lincoln.
Heritage Museum.
Yes, exactly. So this guy left this bag with a belt. Xavier was, I swear to God, you guys, I could not make this up. Xavier was just saying, I need a belt. And I was just saying, I need a bag. And we walk up to this bench and lo and behold, there it is. And I asked
So just took it.
the guy, like, oh my God, is that your bag? Don't mind my belly being out. I'm 6 months pregnant and I have no clothes that fit me. I said to him, oh my God, is that your bag? Because it was just empty and sitting there, but I didn't want anyone to be like, oh, you took my bag. He's like, no. I'm like, have you guys seen anyone around this bag? I started asking everyone. Everyone's like, no. We grabbed the bag, sat there for like 20 minutes. No one ever came.
I don't know why this is so funny to me. I'm just picturing this in my head, like just like people sporadically around the park. Has anyone? Whose bag is this? I'm taking it then. I really need this bag.
I got this bag for free from a bench in Lincoln Park when I just got done
Like the Lincoln Park, like the Lincoln Park that Lincoln Park was named after.
telling Xavier, I need a bag, and he just got done telling me I need a belt.
I mean, Lincoln Park is looking down on you and blessing you with these things, apparently.
Why can't you ever tell me that you're going to go live?
It's just like, why can't you ever tell me that you're gonna go live? That's what Xavier just asked her.
I did tell you. I said, I did tell you. I did. I tell you every single time. I never don't. So I'm really upset.
Xavier's trying to like hair dry some eggs up for himself, and it's just like this fucking live all the time.
But I, am a little calmer than before. I quite frankly find the city of Chicago's 311 system to be absolutely repulsive.
What is that, rock?
I don't understand what's going on there. I feel like they owe the general public some sort of explanation. I would love to lead that investigation. Who the fuck answers these 311 calls? What are their resources? What are the rates of completion, successful completion, placement, rehabilitation of any of the people calling on these services?
What is that? What was that?
I just want you guys to know that thank you for me being so sad and mad and angry and broken down sometimes, and for you still turning on the live. I really appreciate that. We have a plan for today, so we have not given up. Anyone who knows that app that is, what does the app do? What does the app do? What does the app do? Babe, what does the app do?
New piece.
No, we're not going to do that right now. It gives you you guys, I'm so sorry. I smoked a little bowl. I was upset, really upset.
Shouldn't be smoking weed.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, the virtual business card, and it gives you like a QR code. So Xavier and I were talking, and I want to picture the street art from all of my trips, the ones that I chose, my photo shoots, some photos that I personally shot at the Black Lives Matter protest, one of them in 2020, I think it was. A couple of other social justice pieces that are actually, they're disguised as not social justice, they're disguised as social justice, but they're more so just like humanities.
They're disguised as social justice, but it's humanities?
Pieces.
Humanity pieces.
And some other things. I'm putting them in a coffee table book, as I've been telling you guys. And I told Xavier, with all these hackers going in my phone, all I need to do is organize numerous versions of each page, have a bunch of different options, and then literally the day I want to launch from an unhacked device, publish, boom. It's not a lot at all. You can create a publish link through a lot of different sources. I've been doing a little bit of research. So I think that's going to be the next best step as far as the coffee table book is concerned. But in the meantime, 311 threw me off the list. We have to start like networking. Xavier and I do. So
you're already not working. So step 1, complete. You're not working. What's step 2?
So if we create this virtual business card and then, walk around connecting with people, connecting them to not my personal blog page, because I want to keep all of this drama like out of my art. But if I could start making some sales as far as my art is concerned, the coffee table book is a good start. Then I won't need 311, At the same time, I told Xavier, like, what the fuck are you doing, Xavier? I send out 40 to 100 resumes every fucking day.
I'm working on the photography of Los Angeles.
He's working on the photography of Los Angeles. Okay? That's a big job. That's a big project.
Great. I know you are, and I support you in that. But at the same time, you need to at least get a few hours a day job. I told him, I will go with you if you're worried.
I mean, she has a point too. This is very compelling. This is probably the realest conversation I've ever heard them have.
That I'm going to cheat on you. It's not going to happen. I'm 6 months pregnant with your child. I will go with you to your job and sit right there with you at your job. You can work 5 hours as a busboy or a server or a bartender.
You're going to sit with him at the job I would know.
Something for the love of God, And then with what I have, we can find a third, like a couple or a third person who, oh God, that's so tricky though. You have to have a lot of trust, a lot of trust. But I think I can do it.
I would say a couple, like an older couple.
Just an established, just people who have their own lives going on, you know, so that
What's you want an elderly couple for?
you don't have to be worried about just drama. Like, I don't even want them to, I wish that there was some sort of program, like rental program, where like you don't even have to see each other. Like, we can share this whole entire house, and I won't be here when you're here, and you don't have to be here when I'm here, you know? And we could literally like have 12-hour shifts of like a 2-bedroom apartment. We could be there from like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. No, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
What, like they're gonna pretend to clean this place for like 12 hours or some shit just so they don't have to be outside? Is that their scam?
And someone else can be there during the day. And
then they could get paid for it?
There could be a shared workspace that we have. There's like 4 of them in the downtown area that are offices with fridges and computers and everything that you need. And they also have like a kids area, like playroom. It would literally be like being at home in my own office, socialization in a limited capacity. And it would be like the cost of paying rent on like a 1-bedroom apartment to split rent on a 2-bedroom and do a co-working space that had a child care center, not a child care center, like that allowed your children to come. It is disruptive. So you have to understand that like you need other people who are okay with that you're not going to be actually working in the space the entire time. It's a living space, a working space. It's a,
I said an elderly
when your personal blog, when your production company is your work. What? Not an elderly rich couple. That's like a sugar daddy, sugar baby situation. We're not doing that. Can you please go to CVS and get the gallon? I gave you the money.
I know.
You guys have no idea what they did to me with this fucking poking. They were poking me and poking me and poking me, and I broke out in a hive. They're jerks. Stop. I asked you to go to CVS and get the water now, please. No, you weren't. Can you please go to CVS now?
What were they talking about? A fucking sugar? They want to turn the elderly couple into sugar mama and daddy.
You promised like 30 minutes ago. What?
I said this is not content.
What's not content?
This is not content. Whatever the fuck this is not content. I agree with Xavier. I mean, like, it kind of is. It's just interesting.
I don't want them to know where I'm going.
They don't know where we are.
It's a good point, Xavier.
There's how many CVSs are there in the city? 5,000?
Google can get my lines of latitude and longitude.
Then they already know, don't they?
Even if I have the GPS off.
Okay. So I'm trying to be okay, and doing work and being productive is the only.
Okay, so she actually does end it soon.
That's my only coping method. Like, I don't have anything else. I try to stay laying down. I can't lay down for longer than like a day. I'm just ready to I just can't, you know? So here we go. I'm going to wash my hair, and Xavier is going to get a gallon of water and bring it back here. And I'm going to wash my hair. He is going to pick up money for an NFT that he already sold. He already sold an NFT. Okay. So that's great. Thank God. The kids are okay. I sent them another message about what the weird shit that's been going on with me. I documented it here on Insta. What else?
Tons of shit.
That's it. Tons of stuff, but like, that's all for right now. I can't even. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys are like planning your own shit out, like in the same way. Like, if you do street art, if you're the street artist,
in front of Walgreens, selling ball and ink.
No,
drawings.
If you're the street artist in any of my photos that I'm posting, I'm gonna post them. If you want credit, I don't know, how you want to make that work.
I don't need to put them in the novel. I'm not going to pay anyone to put them in the coffee table book. This is just strictly for exposure purposes only. I'm taking on all the cost of getting it done and advertising it and things of that nature. But if you don't want it in there, I'm going to post up. I have a folder called Street Art. Those are the ones that I'm definitely going to be posting in the book. There are a few others I need to add. But if you can go in there, and I'll be posting a few more announcements about this. If you can go in there and let me know if you want credit, if you want to remain anonymous, but you don't want me to use it, or you want to remain anonymous and want me to use it.
Why is this such a big deal? She's going on like, if you want to be credited, I'll credit you. That's it.
Whatever. Just let me know if you see your shit in there, because I have a lot. So I still have to go back and get that. I have a lot of
I mean, it gave me enough time to eat some cheese strings, so not complaining too much. But why? Why is it so complicated?
Street art that I'm including, going all the way back to 2019, 20 time. So not so much 19, more 20. It was like the summer of 2020 through the summer of 2021.
Who remembers those days?
So, I do.
2021. That's just, who remembers those days, man?
All right, you guys, have a good day.
All right, short live. This is, so I think, how long is this? Only 18 minutes. Wait, is this? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's this one then? Oh, that was the TikTok live from today. Okay, so this one was, what one was this from? I think this was the TikTok live. This is Mama Bear grabbed this though, which is good. I think it was. Can't say for sure. Well, we're just gonna call it that. So yeah, and then the rest of it is, I think, her commentary the rest of the week. So I'm gonna cut it off after this, and go to the last one, which was today. I think that one's only 18 minutes. I'm not sure though.
This is what we call hater shit. There is no better term. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. And then there was something else. Oh yeah. So yesterday I actually got together hours of my video shoots and photo shoots for Xavier. It's not sexy content. It's a copy of my original business plan for GoPro Solo, which was my pain and what I've learned, and words, poetry, verses. It's a dope collection, and I've been working really hard.
It's a fancy filter. I like it. Look, it makes her look fancy.
For many years on creating it, and with all the technology we have right now, it doesn't even cost that much to create it myself. So I'm like, I have to do this. I owe it to my.
Oh yeah, it's Mama Bear for sure. I just can't remember if this is on TikTok or if this is on. I've never watched a live on TikTok. Is this what a TikTok on live looks like, or was this Instagram? I mean, she usually keeps it up on Instagram.
Myself. So this is my second formal book. The first one is my novel, and I'm actually going to break that into 3 as soon as I can get. I'm hoping that what's going on is that there's a statute of limitations on a lot of the shit that I talk about in my book, and that whoever's hacking me will get the fuck over themselves and stop hacking me once the statute of limitations is reached. Or that,
does she know how statutes of limitations work? What are you talking about? If past a certain point, you won't be able to prosecute them or charge them or whatever you're looking to do. What is she talking about?
Enough people will work their ways into other situations that it won't.
Is she implying that she's done a crime, and once the statutes of limitations have been reached, there won't be a reason to hack her anymore? Because that'd be weird.
Matter. Hopefully in a few years, they'll back off and I'll be able to actually completely publish that book. You have no idea how many hours I've spent trying. But for the photo shoot book and the coffee table book and my captions and my poems and my verses and my hashtags and my branding and the evolution of my art and where my heart was when I was creating it, as it applies to my own life as well as the lives of all the people around me and groups that I don't even know who were experiencing similar what is that Rick and Morty thing called?
A time machine?
Parallel, not parallel universes, but
The multiverse?
Yeah, you know, kind of like
Okay, yeah, the multiverse.
that. So I'm really excited about it. 4 days I've been working on it. I'm using Google Pages and Google Photos to share the stuff that I'm working on with Xavier, because he's working on it with me.
Oh, you can share it
and
now?
again, I've said this on Instagram. If you guys have any art
That's right, Mama Bear.
in the book and you want credit for it, let me know.
What happened?
I'm gonna post in my street art. There's a couple of pieces. There's a bear that I always see around that I want to include at least in one photo. There's a bunch of Frida stuff that I want to include. There's just a lot of different stuff, and it's gonna, if you want to be named, if you want to be tagged, whoever you are, then let me know. If not, no big deal. If you don't want it published, please let me know that as well. You know, and I can put it in or take it out. So that's up to you.
Oh my God.
And then
Oh my God, are we back on this again? Stop it. Just stop it. Just move on.
I'm giving myself 3 months timeline on this project, because I can create the pages in my phone and alter them and go back and forth. And then if they're still hacking me, I can just put it off for another day when they're not hacking, because they don't watch my phone, or they're not hacking my phone 24/7. Like, there are little pockets when.
Did you see the eyebrow? Did you see the eyebrow go, whoa? It was crazy.
And I don't know if they fall asleep, or I don't know if they like.
This is some crazy shit.
If the corrupt team goes to prison and like the regular team comes back and I get to start working again, I really don't know.
The corrupt team and the regular team. Jesus, jumping. I know there's multiple entities, multiple days now. I forgot that I was zoomed in. I can't. Whoops. Whatever.
Know what it is, but during those times, if I give myself 3 months, since the work's already done, most of it, the photos are already done, but curating on the actual page is art in itself, you know. And so, and using the words and pairing the words and the emotion that I was feeling when I was feeling it, and some of the dates are significant, not to, you know, the experience, but to numerology, and to the emotions that I was feeling at the time, not to the timeline, but to like God and like the heavens and
Jehovah God.
There would be times, you guys, I don't know if Apple would like go into my phone and change my time to like make me feel supported. If they did, or whoever, like they.
Apple went into your phone and changed the time to make you feel supported. That doesn't, how? What?
Thank you. There were times that was all that was getting me through, you know, and I'm not out of it. I'm still in the thick of it.
She knows how time works, right? Like, time is pretty linear, unless it's like daylight savings time. Like, I'm just okay.
I'm outside in a tent going on year, who even knows, 4. But I haven't given up. I'm about to have a baby. They can't take away a woman's baby who doesn't have like some sort of reason to have the baby taken. And shelter is our right. The city of Chicago has shelters. I can prove that I have been on the waiting list for 2 years. There's no excuse. They have no legal right. And I have lawyers all over the place waiting for a reason. So.
I mean, you don't have a legal right to just be given everything because you made up some stories about some shit or embellished some fucking things about stuff that happened, you know. That's just my perspective on it. Diane Rock, thank you for the $1 super sticker. I appreciate you. I don't know. The filter's nice, but she's just reiterating herself at this point.
Hopefully this is all worked out by then. Oh my God, I keep forgetting why I was going to tell you this. So I start working on the novel again. I mean, the coffee table book again yesterday. They hack Google Photos. They say that I have to upload or I'll allow permission to all my photos if I'm going to use Google Photos, which is not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to.
Heather, I don't think you get to make the rules with Google. I think Google makes the rules.
Be able to choose.
If you're going to use their app.
You pick edit select photos, and then you can upload the photos that you're going to pick.
right? They're not letting me. They're making me put all my photos. So I did that, and then I tried sharing the folder with Xavier like literally 6 times. It doesn't share. It doesn't go. So I'm sending him the photos individually. And I haven't sent him the captions yet. And he's not, as I said, he's not doing all of them. There are certain photos of me because of the outfits that I'm having him crop and remove just me from the background. And we're putting it into like the words that I was saying and forming the words around.
And this is what Heather looks like without the filter. But this actually isn't too bad of an idea. Like they're using the silhouette of her and then putting her psychotic ramblings in it. Like that's actually a pretty cool artistic thing.
A lot of it has to do with my tattoos. And so there's just a lot going into it and a lot of effort. And it's not about me personally. It's about how I used my own experience and body to relate to others, to express my pain, to document my journey and the way that is perceived. And the only beauty, that can be removed from some of these ugly situations. So I'm just really excited about it. And that's my passion project. It's not just this coffee table book. It's creating things that help people, that are beautiful, that are enjoyable to consume. I have fucking put so many hours out there, scared to death, being anxious. This coffee table book is like the opposite of that. It's like all my like lives are like that part of the breath, right? The coffee table book is like the part of the breath, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. I don't want to hang up until Xavier gets back. I hate doing that.
Oh, this is an anxiety stream. Okay.
Hang up, not hang up. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. So we went to go every month. I go take a couple bags of goodies to my children.
Yeah, we've heard this one before too.
I have 2 older kids, 15 and 17, in the northwest suburb area near Chicago, like right next to Chicago, northwest side. And then I have 1 daughter in the northwest side of Chicago, like not far north. She's like in the Portage Park area, and the other kids are like in the O'Hare area. So,
holy fuck! I forgot Mama Bear's in here, right? So I thought like somebody came up to the tent and just shot fucking ducks in your kids, and I was like, holy fuck, it's gonna go down. But it's Mama Bear. It's a Mama Bear. Okay. Woo, that was scary for me.
So it's not far from each other, but it's like 20 miles from where we are when we stay by the beach. So that's a 25 mile walk, depending. And we usually make it in like a day and a half. But this time I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay out there. And I wanted to like go visit the kids again. But there's like always some drama, So, and it's embarrassing for me to let my kids see me living like this. Like, I live clean. I wash myself. I get myself together. I work on stuff still. I'm not like an animal. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not like doing any weird sex. I'm in a monogamous relationship. I have 1 husband. He's Xavier. That's the only person that I'm ever with. I'm completely isolated from most of the rest of the world. I talk to my kids every day, multiple times on FaceTime, other than Alexis, my youngest, who randomly, her father said in May, after I took her to the park one day, he's like, she has a dance recital on Thursday. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah. Now, you guys remember my kids have lived with me their whole entire lives. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I want to go. He calls me an hour later. You're not allowed to come to the dance recital, and Alexis isn't going to want to talk to you for a while. What? I'm sorry, you're a weekend father. But he's not a weekend father anymore. Now he's a full-time father, and it hurts my feelings because those are my babies.
And you're not a mom at all.
But it's like I forgot what to say. I'm just like babbling around.
And she's not a mom because she let Dylan into her life, which is a bad idea.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I remember.
Had multiple chances to get away from him. Stayed with him.
So. What else, you guys? Oh yeah, what had happened? The latest personal attack.
So they're stopping me from working on the coffee table book because they won't allow me to upload any of my photos or do anything with pages to Xavier. I've been the model, the curator, the photographer, the makeup artist, the designer, the everything on most of these. Like literally shot them with myself, like with a timer and one of those ring light like stands. Why the fuck will they not let me send these pages to Xavier to start lifting off of backgrounds and wrapping in words? Who have I pissed off at Google? Or who
Do you work for Google? Do you work for Google?
is hacking? I don't understand it. So I'm getting frustrated. I spend like 4 hours trying to share these files with him and they're not going through. And I'm like literally like losing my mind. And then I start getting another influx of like negative energy. I'm not even going to name it again because it was pretty not good. And I'm like, we have to move from here. So it's been 8 days that we were staying out there. I'm like, we have to move. I'm like, we're going to go. I'm going to do a workaround. I'm not going to let this bring me down. I'm going to stay positive and hopeful and optimistic. And we're going to come up with a workaround. So for today, instead of going to, stay in here doing the coffee table book, we're going to go to Jewel. I'm going to get a little bit of cash back from the breakfast that I buy us. I'm going to take that money to Marshall's, buy myself an outfit for my maternity photo shoot. I'm 27 weeks, 26 weeks, 5 days today. So in 2 days, I'll be 27. That's the first week of trimester 3. This is my final trimester and I'm going to, give birth. Xavier almost gets hit by a fucking car and they don't let me get my money off of my card. So I cannot, even though I'm like, oh, no big deal. They're stopping me from working on the coffee table book. I could have another photo shoot, a maternity shoot.
Then Xavier almost gets hit by what? How are these all related? These three things: the photo shoot, Xavier getting hit by the car, and the fucking money.
They stopped me from being able to do that. So they killed everything with my working on the coffee table book at that moment. Killed everything with the photo shoot at that moment, and tried to kill Xavier with a car.
Wow.
Tried to literally kill Xavier with a car. Okay.
Not make this up.
I can't make this up, guys.
All of our luggages, all of our stuff falls down in the middle of the street.
Okay.
Could not make this up. I'm like sitting. That's when I made that update, that live update on Insta. I stayed live the entire time. Thank you.
What, to show him that you're not cheating on him? Is that why? Is that because you think, or is Xavier jealous of other hobos or whatever? Because she was like, you think someone's looking at my ass? And it's like, you're still showing them your ass.
What's wrong?
I'm going to get the food while you're washing your hair. I'll go and get it.
What?
While you're washing your hair is when I'll go and get food.
Right now?
What was he doing? What was he just doing then?
Like when you start washing your hair.
Okay, so Xavier survives, doesn't get hit. It was a 4-door red sedan in the Portage Park area.
And the truck with 3 wheels teamed up with them, and now they're out to get them all.
And he gets out of there.
I think they were driving Lyft.
Who even knows? So I'm like at my wit's end by this point. The harassing messages every morning when I wake up, I cry a little because I miss my kids, and I tell Xavier I miss my kids. Sometimes Xavier is like his normal, loving, very supportive, like husband-like self, and then other times he is not.
Evil.
And on top of like whatever we're going through individually, the people who harass me, they also harass him, and they tell him lies about me, and they tell me lies about him, and vice versa. So there's just a lot of tension at all times, unless I don't know what happens that changes it, but I don't know, you guys. It's been rough. So then when I was about to give up, we got up and just started walking, and I started chanting. I'm like, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed.
Chanting this fucking shit again? I thought it was gonna be something fun, like, I don't know, that Lady Gaga banana song. Like, this shit is bananas, because it is. It's pretty bananas. But no, this is fucking the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin scripture.
Be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. And I'm just saying this over and over and over again and just praying to God. And that line, like I told you before, that line, deliver us from and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. But I'm saying it over. That's about my breaking point these days, you know? So it doesn't really take much. And so when I'm receiving all of this unhated through my DM and my Google Voice account, and then it starts to carry over into other areas. Number one, I start getting so scared and anxious that it's affecting my children, you know, or anyone's children. Like, if I can't handle this as an adult, no child should ever be subjected to this. Number two, I start questioning every single thing I've ever done wrong in the world. And I'm a good girl. I'm a nice girl. I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm compassionate. I'm a cool person. I don't deserve this, you know? And I start thinking, if this is how I'm being treated, imagine how people way worse, real bad guys. What's going on with that? And if the real bad guys are getting bullied like this, who are they taking it out on? You know, that's the fucked up part that people don't understand. There's always going to
Wait. James said that exact same thing. Wow, hold on. Okay. James has said that exact same fucking shit before, but I have the Green Goblin clip, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right. So this is very important. So you know, in case you haven't seen it before, what I'm talking about. So this is Aunt May, and then this is the Green Goblin, and then they're saying this fucking shit that she keeps repeating.
Finish it! Finish it!
See? It's the Green Goblin fucking thing. Well, all right. But that's not really why we're here. So I'll put it back over, but now you know. In case you didn't know before, now you do. That's what it's from. That's what she's talking about. That's the one we want.
To be another outlet, you know. You can be really nasty and mean to someone, and they're gonna do the same. And if someone doesn't break the cycle, then the cycle doesn't get broken, you know. And that abuse is like throwing a rock in the water, and it ripples out until it's so big. And who's in that water over there where the ripple is the largest, you know, and affects them the most, fucks up their stillness the most. That's what I worry about. And if I'm being separated from my children, is it that? Is it so that the abuse that's affecting me doesn't affect them? And if that is the case, then why haven't the police realized that makes it a bigger priority? And why don't they pay more attention or help me more or something?
Because they didn't have the Green Goblin screaming it at you. If they had the Green Goblin, it would have worked better.
Anyways, I'm gonna go wash my hair. Hopefully we could be productive today. If any sponsors want to send us food.
I mean, it's the same shit. The coffee book. It's the coffee book.
That's fine.
The obstacles of the coffee book that I never really thought would exist.
Fine, we're back. We're at the beach. I hope you guys have a great day. I don't want to be low vibe. Oh, I didn't tell you what happened this morning then. Let me just tell you now what happened this morning. Oh my God, I'm so pregnant, you guys. Ouchie. Oh.
Law enforcement knew how much I needed a bite.
So
this morning, you guys know I've been on the waiting list for shelter placement for several years now. At 4 a.m., supposedly they tried to call me and I was sleeping. Obviously, I'm 26 weeks pregnant. I get a text message notification that I'm going to post up. I posted it on my Insta that says, your shelter request has been closed. 5:39 a.m. It's been open for a year. I call immediately through 911.
That was open for what? 4 years, you said.
911, so that there's record. I call 911 and I ask 911 to transfer me to 311, and they do. And 311 tells me, we removed you from the list because someone called you and you didn't pick up. I said, it's 5:39 a.m. I'm 26 weeks pregnant. She said, let me see if there's anything we could do. Put me on hold, came back and said, no, yeah, you would have to just do another request. I'm sorry, what?
Did somebody mess with her?
I have hazel eyes, but these blue eyes are killing it. Yeah, so then I had a breakdown, like a little mini one. Thought about different ways to commit suicide. Then my baby started moving around again inside of me.
I'm used to it now. I'm used to it. It's just going to be in the back of my head when I do my everyday things now. You know, Mama Bear.
And I realized that I can't kill myself. And we're back to curating the photo book and the novel and washing my hair and figuring out the rest as we can. So if you guys are not following me already on Instagram, please do so. The more the merrier. I really need people to follow this story because I have not given up, and I'm just asking that you please help out in any way, like anything from a meal to just support online and not letting this story be lost is greatly appreciated. It's expensive to keep these traumas and victimizations alive sometimes because, as they stay unresolved for longer and the victims grow more and more conscious and aware, the police and the city and the authorities are more on the line financially. And I really don't care about that if it's over. If it's not over, and it's not over because people are choosing to manufacture.
So Mama Bear is a creator. Her channel is linked in the description of this video. We'll hear her talk a bit like after, so you guys can hear her, not just jump in and spook us, but no, she's a content creator. She goes sub to her. She does commentary over the Heather stuff.
Crime using my fucked up ass circumstances. That's a different story, you know. Okay, you guys, I love you guys. Have a great day. Can't wait to get back to the gym. I am feeling really slow, but I still fit a size medium at Target, and I'm 6 months pregnant.
So that's her last.
5'9". So we're not doing.
Just end it. End it.
After sitting on the waiting list.
All right, so we already saw this. So yeah, if you go sub to Mama Bear's channel, she's a good channel. And then this is 0 seconds. That would be pretty convenient.
Shout out to
Wait, I need to know what it's like. How many? It's 8. This is 18 minutes too. Okay. After this will be over because I can't do anymore. We're past 3 hours, but we can do it. So this is the last live. This is from today. This was on TikTok on the clock. Whoopity-doo-ba-da-da. So let's get into it. Hold on. My computer's being silly.
this. Shout out to them. They're the real MVPs. I love you guys so much. Wouldn't be here without you. Literally would have killed.
And BCG grabbed this one today and it's up on her channel. And you should sub to BCG as well if you haven't. I think most of you have, but you should if you haven't, if you're new.
Myself a long time ago. Welcome. I'm in the tent here. Xavier and I, no, I don't. Xavier and I just put away a couple of burgers each. So super grateful to whoever for God and his work.
A couple of projects that I have been busying myself with. Number one, what city are you guys in? What city are you in? Write it down in the comments.
Why? Why do you need to know that? Heather's like, I need to get as much information as I can.
How does your city handle homelessness? Are the court systems functioning regularly in your cities? Do you see law enforcement, and is their presence the same in all cities? Meaning there are active law enforcement agents answering calls and no noticeable changes in the amount of law enforcement in your city. I'm curious. I don't have the statistics here, but I saw a bunch of really scary, really damning videos on YouTube about different fucked up matters, like people being dropped off in foreign countries and states with no money, with a one-way plane ticket to a destination, and then just abandoned there, living the next like 4 to
Where was she watching this? On YouTube?
10 years as just a, what is that word called when they have nowhere to live?
A refugee? An immigrant? A homeless person when you have nowhere to live? That's what you are, Heather. What are you talking about? Where is she watching this?
A refugee? As a refugee? I was like disgusted the other day because a crackhead came to the door and of the tent. And number one, let's talk about how vulnerable of a feeling it is to be in a tent where the only thing you have separating yourself from whomever is on the other side is about 1 millimeter of, what is this, nylon? Whatever. Not a good feeling. Now add in that they have a crack pipe in their hand and they're asking you if you'd like to partake. I am laying here in my pregnancy like, whose fucking life is this?
Yours.
Since 2019, my name is Heather Gillespie, by the way, nice to meet you. Since 2019, I have been asking myself more and more frequently, whose fucking life is this? I came out on a reality show, whose fucking life is this? I got jumped and stabbed by 3 women with screwdrivers, whose fucking life is this? My vehicle, a Cadillac seats.
This could be like the opening thing for her Coco Pro Chanel la 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 thing. Be like getting stabbed. Whose life is this? You put some music to it. Whose life is this?
Yes, that I loved as a 5th child, was destroyed mechanically, sabotaged. I got in one day and it was like a cartoon. I turned on the vent and all the vents just started spraying some shit into my face.
Whose life is this?
Like, yeah, I have nowhere to live. And my car is my job right now and my shelter and my everything. And I get in and turn on the ignition and I literally just get doused, you guys. What else? I got bludgeoned. Bludgeoned. That's a good time. Anyone ever get bludgeoned before? It's fucking fantastic, if we're being facetious. I have no idea why. I wish I could tell you. I have no idea why. I called Cook County last week, Friday, however, and they told me the name of the person who bludgeoned me is Juan Madero Romero. Now, for anyone who knows what reality show I came on, I won't even give them the satisfaction of repeating the name.
Whose life is this?
My counterpart, my co-star in that show there, he had a cellmate when he was serving his 12-year consecutive sentence that ended up being only 3.5 years. Don't know why. Have no other information on that. But his cellmate was also named Juan. Now I'm here freaking out wondering, is this the same Juan? It's weird that I was jumped and stabbed 1 billion times by 3 women leaving a visit from seeing Dylan. It's also weird that the bludgeoning took place by a guy named Juan. There's lots of guys named Juan, though, right?
Yeah. So I don't even know why we're still thinking about this. Heather.
But that live out there.
James would give her a lot of new problems to worry about too. You know what I mean? Like she wouldn't be all hung up on all these old problems anymore.
Okay, who knows? Whose life is this, right? Whose fucking life is this? Last year, I find out, this is all since 2019, you guys. Prior to 2019, I had a normal life for the most part. Well, definitely prior to 2015, we'll say that. 2015 through 19 is pretty fucking... There are arguments for both sides, and they're all, practical and valid, and I don't deny any of that. Since 2015, I have been publicly saying, excuse me, pineapples, someone help me out, I'm scared.
Pineapples?
And it's been a rough, I've had a rough go of it. I ended up...
If I have a parrot, I'm going to name it Pineapples. I'll teach it how to say, Heather Gillespie.
Pregnant with twins. Who would have thunk it? I always had a plan with my most recent long-term relationship that I would get impregnated by implantation of a male fetus and a female fetus to have a boy and a girl at the same time, so that it could be my second to last or last pregnancy, and I'd have 5 or 6 kids. That's what I've always wanted. A big family, right? I'm at Rush Hospital for 16 or 17 hours feeling homeless and disgusting, have no drug issues, am terrified. And they do an ultrasound and tell me, not only are you pregnant, you're having twins.
We need new stories, Heather. New stories.
That's the day that Xavier almost physically assaulted me because a male nurse gave me an EKG. Whose fucking life is this? Whose life? So, I was just brushing my teeth. I keep my toothbrush in this Kylie and Kendall Jenner bag that I got at the dollar store. What? I know, crazy. Isn't it? So I'm going to drink a little water really quick off camera because Xavier doesn't like it when I do that in front of other people. One moment, please.
Do you guys mind if I drink fucking anything on the street? What? Well, that's weird. That's a weird thing, Heather. I think you're just making it up.
Stop. I don't want to get flagged for copyright.
Right. I don't either.
That's what's going on, you guys. I'm very pregnant. Way too sober for this bullshit, but I don't have a drug addiction problem. But from what I'm hearing from these other YouTube creators, they're actually like really, really ignoring these people until they develop one. And we're talking in the 4 to 10 year range, dropping people off in Hawaii, different parts of California. I've heard of people being dropped off in Costa Rica.
Can we get some references to these YouTube videos? I'd watch some of these. We have a whole new segment. Kidnap. What is the point of this? Just kidnapping people and dropping them places for no reason?
And left there without resources or answers. We have been here at the beach for about a week. If you guys were watching my YouTube or my breakdown on TikTok yesterday when they closed my 311 request for shelter that's been open for over a year, I can't fucking take it anymore. I'm cold outside at 40 degrees, 45 degrees. I lose feeling in my limbs around that. I'm borderline anemic, so I have blood circulation issues. Nothing too serious, nothing that requires you to be like in the hospital, but it puts me into some significant pain, especially in the cold. So we're just trying to figure out what to do. And by that, I mean, I'm spending every moment of every day either trying to find a way to mentally explain the situation to myself, which is exhausting, or come up with solutions myself. We've been pitching real estate agents for fine art connections. Have you guys heard of staging? Staging homes, staging rentals, staging properties that are for lease, rent, sell, et cetera, and so forth.
Staging crimes to get people in trouble, like Letitia. Oh, yeah, that's Heather's jam.
We've been pitching to real estate agents via email or social media some of the fine art that I have. I only have one from Xavier right now, and I have a couple of examples that I've created myself that we could realistically sell for large amounts. And we're looking to collaborate with real estate agents. The suggested amount, I believe, is 20%, 10% of the budget.
Yeah, I want to know, be like, what kind of art did they show you? What was that about? Tell me the pitch. I want to hear the pitch.
On a real estate or a property fix-up, rehab, or resale to be on staging, meaning putting not only furniture and fixins, but also fine art. And
the accent's a bad sign.
And so we're looking for people who deal with large properties like mansions or old Victorians, specifically people who are having trouble getting them off on the market.
I mean, I would get that coffee book for sure. Definitely buy Heather's crazy coffee table book. I don't know if we all have to buy one, but like one of us needs to.
Listed without break-ins, etc., and so forth. And we would like to collaborate in numerous different ways. I have this art piece ready to go. It would look perfect in like someone from a music group's background of their house, maybe a library or a fashion room. It's pretty dope, and I want to print it out on a faux cowhide.
I'll buy it. I'll do a stream. I'll be like, I bought Heather's coffee book, so you don't have to. And we can go over each picture and review it and read it, and it'd be a fun old time. And then we could give away a prize or something like we did on the Halloween costume contest. It would be fun. I think it'd be good. She needs to. I don't think this coffee book's ever going to get made, unfortunately. But if it ever does, we can do something like that.
So, like, if you can imagine tearing apart a really thick piece of leather and giving it that unfinished edge, and then printing it out like to scale, like if the wall is cathedral ceilings, printing it out in like a nice size to fit right in the center, and offering buyers the opportunity to keep it in the house for a really reasonable rate, and then going with the real estate agent themselves for a commission of the profit. So we've been on that. I've also been creating pages. Like I said, I was using Google Photos, but they were giving me a hard time. And I was using a couple of other features to put together a lot of the photo shoots that I've done, that I've modeled in, that I've curated.
How many pages with like the Harry Potter books? Isn't that like Harry Potter size or Bible size? I don't know how many pages on the Bible.
That I've created or been a part of creating to send messages along with my poetry.
1,200 pages. So it's like a third of a Bible.
And captions and hashtags and blog post entries and all sorts of things.
I mean, you could fit like one of those small Bibles in your pocket, make a pocket-sized coffee table book. I guess it really wouldn't be a coffee table book then.
Again, I switched from the Google Programs pages to Apple pages, but I'm having the functionality problems of not being able to fine-tune anything because I'm using my fat-ass finger on my little ass iPhone screen, and I have an iPhone 12 Pro. So I'm like, it's not that big. Yeah, that's why a screen will be a lot more, you know, a lot more helpful for this. But just doing everything, you guys, as per the usual. Whose fucking life is this? I've never not been successful at something. I've always been able to find some sort of income, so this tense situation feels intentional, and I don't like it. Anything else I should add?
The fine art sale.
No, there is no one around here that I allow around me that does any hard drugs. If they do, they lie to me about their involvement. I do not know anyone who does any hard drugs. Do you
This is a very strange thing to be noting, Heather. Very strange.
understand? Please stop. Not everyone is a street person. It makes me very nervous and anxious. I do not like it. Please stop approaching the people I'm around or myself. No, we do not do drugs. Marijuana is not a drug.
Do you have any more trail mix?
No, all the trail mix is gone.
Other than the fine art sales, it's the main thing that we're focused on.
Get in my belly. No, get out of my belly, but not yet, because it's too soon. Don't you dare. How dare you?
I wasn't
This disgusting fucking animal knows that I hate feet.
Do you hate feet? Okay. I thought it was going to be drugs.
I
Hate them. Knock it off.
Instagram, Los Angeles Press _
No. Stop. Stop doing dumb shit. I'm not in the mood to continue explaining the targeting or the power that you feel over the narrative. It's so tragic that we have to continue discussing this topic. I have other shit to do. Please get me out of this tent. And as I said numerous times, I would like the overworld, who is keeping track of what's going on right now, meaning authority, politicians, etc., and so forth, to please criminally charge all of these people, and then that will entitle me to civil lawsuits against everyone accordingly. To every one of my advocates from the underworld, I would like you to please murder all of these losers. And I'm not the boss, I just work here, so that's not an order or anything. Anyways, you guys, I love you so much, and have a great day. I think I've accomplished more than most of you. Just kidding. If you guys are bored,
What did you accomplish today, Heather? You just sat in a tent and did this live stream?
and you want to collaborate on some of these projects, or you have ideas, please let me know. I also did a nutrition assessment this morning, and someone broke into my Google Docs and got rid of my nutrition assessment. So I had to come up with one on the fly. But it's like Gary Vee and Grant Cardone have been quoted to say, when you have no opportunity, accept the opportunity that's offered and figure out if you could do the job later. You know what I mean? So I love you guys, and have a great day. This is Heather Gillespie. You could tell by the color of my eyes. If you know me, you know. I also
They had hazel eyes.
have 6 or 8 or more tattoos. All of my brands are
Just in case, what, you get swapped out with somebody else?
somehow tattooed on my body. So my social justice line, my Do You doll, it's everywhere. I have Maya Angelou poem, all sorts of stuff, great stuff. If you guys want to see the pages and the concepts I'm coming up with, I would love to find someone who can help me, take my ideas and like freestyle them. Meaning I want to create a page and send it to someone who has much better digital art skills than I do.
I thought we were at the end. What was she doing? Of course, it's never ended when she ends it.
And listens, not someone who's literally dedicated to doing nothing with their life other than causing harm to others. And if there are people who are interested in genuinely listening and coming up with something amazing, I think that the messages that we are selling are super legit. And I think it would be a dope collaboration. Again, everyone in the comments that is not here organically or in support of me, please criminally charge them for slander, libel. This is an ongoing federal investigation beginning in 2015, reopened in 2019. Rico.
Is that it? That's it. That's something. So that was Heather's crazy week, guys. The crazy week. Should we end it off with the that evil compilation? Maybe. Let's do it. Should we do it? So I just had to put a little disclaimer. These aren't my views. These are Heather's views. She's crazy. I just gotta swap some things around because I'm gonna have to do this thing. And then give me 1 second here. Oh, I'm gonna resize this. And then I just gotta go to a fancy website. And then we'll be there. So, not to say all it is. I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out, guys. But I appreciate you guys being here. I'm getting the compilation of her saying the evil N-word. Because she's like, I don't say the N-word. Well, I closed something I shouldn't have, but that's okay. I was trying to make it easy on myself, but sometimes I just make things harder. Switch that. Oh, I could have done this. That doesn't matter at this point now. I could have done this a way easier way. I don't know why I didn't do it that way. The way that I got the Green Goblin clip up, I could have just like got the clip from my phone and airdropped it because I didn't know that you could do that with links. But I'm already where the link is, so it doesn't matter. Unless I lost it. No, it's here. Yeah, this is it. And close that. Then we'll share this. And then this will be the grand finale, guys, of Heather being evil. So I don't trigger warning. This is these are slurs. Oopsies.
I get along
Heather,
with
I haven't got through the fucking warning. Okay, yeah. So if you don't want to hear slurs, I'll see you next time. If you're here for Heather, I want to do the Gala Sisters tomorrow, but I might do a little bit of James as well. And this is Heather not using the N-word, even though she does. And yeah, I have it pulled up here. Okay, good. So yeah, we'll finish it up on this.
If you hate me, you're alone, my nigga, because I don't hate you. I don't even know you. I get along with everybody. I have no problems anywhere I go. I go here, I go there, I go every fucking where, and I get along with everyone. You know why? Because I don't fuck with anyone unless they push me in a corner.
These niggas are using everyone around them to gather information, not because they want to, because they're being strong-armed by the law, okay, and the government.
TR, this lying ass nigga. Straight liar. I'm walking to Cali. I already told him about 50 times, don't fucking walk with me if you're a lying ass bitch. If I'm gonna fall asleep and my pills are gonna come up missing. If I'm gonna fall asleep and my money's gonna come up missing. If you're not gonna keep any of the promises that you've made. Every time his fucking phone rings, he goes and walks 30 feet away and says, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" So you're talking to your father, but you have to walk 30 feet away so that I can't hear the conversation.
That he's going to the salon to get his hair done. Keep in mind, me and my kids have no clothes, no money, nothing. We just been flooded out. I've been stabbed. We're living with my Aunt Diane, but this man is about to go drop $300-400 at a salon downtown to get his hair, to get pampered. Sounds like real nigga shit, right?
Oh, Heather. She's crazy. She's crazy. Okay, that is it though, guys. I hope you all have a great night. Hope you have a great weekend. It's the weekend. Happy weekend. Got through all of Heather's shit this week. Good stuff. I'm proud of us. All right. No, but good night. Tomorrow, I don't know when I'm gonna do the Gala Sister stream, but we gotta go check in on them. I'll actually reach out. That account on TikTok followed me, so I can send them a message and see if maybe they have any stuff. If I can get like a full live stream of theirs from TikTok, or if I can catch one and download it, that'd be, or screen record it, that'd be good too. But James has been kind of all over the place, so I've been on his ass. But yeah, I'll be around tomorrow sometime, probably in the evening, and I'll see you guys all, at least if you're here for Heather, next Friday. Goodbye.